My second hobby hangout, which is all about fighting the grey, trying to reduce your backlog. So if you watched my last video I did last week, essentially all this is going to be is me doing some hobby, as I have said, and really sort of just talk to you guys really about anything you guys are doing, what you're working on, all that sort of thing, and really just an excuse for you guys to come out, grab your brushes and crack on with your projects. So with that introductions out of the way, I am going to be painting a Chaos Warrior today. So we've got one here. I painted a Chaos Warrior last time, and in this video I am going to try and do as much work to this guy as possible. I've already done most of the white on him, so like pretty much the worst part. So hopefully I can get as much work done on him. I don't think I'll get him finished, but as soon as I get him finished, will probably be at some point by the end of the day. That will be my 10th Chaos Warrior, which will also be the last one of the new unit. So very excited and very motivated to get this guy done, as that unit has taken a very, very long time to actually get painted. So that's what I'll be doing. This video will probably go on for about an hour, something like that, maybe a bit longer. I think last time I played on for about an hour, and it'll go on for about an hour and 40 minutes, something like that. And we've got Arnold in the chat saying, good afternoon, mate. Hope you're doing well. Are you painting today? Are you just watching? Let me know. Or are you doing any building or conversion projects as well? It's always good to hear. Now, also, the quality, I'm hoping it's going to be better, because what I had, if you watched last time for the Fight the Grey, episode 1, is I had basically the tripod almost that holds the camera was actually sitting on this table as well, which is a bit shaky. So that meant the camera shook all the time every time I touched it like this. But I've actually now got the tripod on a separate unit, so hopefully it won't shake as much. And if you guys could let me know that, that would be great in the comments, just so I know that the quality has got better. And always the quality will continue to improve as the more of these things I do. I'm very new to these sort of live videos as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to crack and do some painting. Honestly, grandkids here, will be doing some hobby later. Fair enough, don't blame you. I imagine that's an absolute what's the word to say, non-productive for hobby time. Assembling some Hobby Zone models. Oh, haven't heard of Hobby Zone. What are they like? Is that fantasy, or is that 40, like, well, not 40k, but is it sci-fi, or what sort of models are those? Is it D&D, etc.? Let me know as well. So I'm just going to be painting the gold on this guy now. So we're going to start with the shield, because it's just nice and flat, and it's sort of basically just easier to do at the moment, and it will help keep my motivation up if I do the easy bit first, basically. Yeah. But no, these sculpts are absolutely fantastic from these Chaos Warriors. Yeah, never heard of Hobby Zone, unless it's something I have heard of and I've just forgotten the name. There's a good chance of that. Is it a shop, or is it actually a sec? Let me give you some education. I am always up for education. I'm always up for learning as well. So please enlighten me. Is it just a shop? Because if it's just like a shop that doesn't do like specific models, then yeah, I probably have heard of it. Like 100% maybe. But is that Hobbycraft basically? Cool. I'm going to be enlightened in the chat in a moment, so that's okay. I look forward to that. But yeah, a lot of things for me, if it's not by Games Workshop, I'm not really too sure what it is, apart from obviously things like Airfix and stuff. And then we've got Reven saying, greetings mate, hope you're well, good afternoon. Are you going to do some hobby with us today, or are you just joining for a bit of chat? Let me know that as well, and if you are, what are you working on, as I'm always happy to hear that. Myself, just doing some Chaos Warriors at the moment, finishing the last one of the unit. Honestly, I'll post some pics in the Discord. Cool, mate. I'll check that out in a moment. Now we've got Blue in the chat saying, good morning from America. Just got woken up by my alarm. It is 8:04 a.m. over there. Yes, that is a tad earlier than myself. I actually got up at, what time did I get? I think I got up at 8 o'clock as well. So yeah, I feel you there. Got up, went for a run. Did not enjoy that at all. Why is no water going on here? Should get a wet pad at some point. But yeah, did not enjoy waking up at that time on a Sunday. But here we are. I'm glad you woke up to join us. Presume you're not doing any hobby and stuff, but I'm happy to talk to you while you're doing your morning bits and whatever. else. But if you do want to do some hobby and stuff, you know, let me know what you're working on really. Let's get this done. And then obviously last time stuff we talked quite a bit about Warhammer Quest Curse City, which I'm still happy to talk about. Obviously we haven't really had too much news. There was an article done about what's his name again? Radukar, I believe is the big bad vampire, and apparently he's not actually an ogre vampire, which I've heard from a few people, which saddens me. I have to say, I'm all up for different races of vampires, you know, more diversity, everything like that. And I don't know why they didn't just make him an ogre. Would be a load of fun. But basically, I watched the preview. They said on there that he was an ogre, and then apparently they were mistaken, and he's not. Which I suppose it does make sense because his model doesn't actually look huge for an ogre at all, really. So I do probably agree that he's not going to be an ogre, but it saddens me nonetheless to find out about that. But after I reckon I am finished with my Slaves of Darkness, I think I say Slaves of Darkness, but after I finish this unit of Chaos Warriors, which like I said is the last model for that unit, I think I'm going to move on to something bigger and a bit more exciting. I was going to maybe go to Bone Reapers. I'll see how I feel after this last one, how strong my motivation is for my Slaanesh stuff, but I may do Shalaxi Hellbane, which will be quite interesting, and a very, very large multi-paint compared to these chaps here, so I'd always be interested in that. And Shalaxi Hellbane, I've done a lore video on her / he, maybe I'd call it a her, and yeah, really, really cool. Has some great rivalry with Scarbrand as well. Obviously Slaanesh and Khorne are, you know, mortal enemies, basically, well, demonic enemies, I suppose you would say at this point, but they have some fantastic lore and a rivalry, and none can best the other, which I think is absolutely great because you've got Khorne, it's obviously about just brutal strength and size, and then you've got Shalaxi, that's all about skill, agility, and speed. So I think that's pretty cool as well. And then definitely I would say, like, when you know the lore about something, it definitely makes you more encouraged to paint it, and just generally motivates you more, I'd say, for me. I really like Slaves of Darkness, like just generally in the lore, they give you so much freedom, hence why I can do it with like fully converted army. And by doing that fully converted army, the lore justifying why I can do it, it just motivates you more, you know, sort of like halfway through the project and think, does this really work out? We've got James in the chat saying, afternoon, sat painting my Rune Lord. Oh, very nice. James is obviously, well, Lucas, I know him as, is someone who's been on a few videos before. He's been with me when we've done like reviews of the Warhammer Quest Curse City and stuff as well, and some wide plays, and has actually played against me a few times in the Discord with Living Cities, and his Living City list has certainly caused up quite a storm. It's won a couple of tournaments we've had on the Discord as well, and he's bought it in real life, so that means that he's actually painted up that list. So even though when you say like you paint up your Rune Lord, I already presume it's painted and it's exactly in the same style as it is on the TTS models. So yeah, I hope it's going to be in the same colour. Pretty much the front of the shield, but a little bit here. And something else is that, talking about these, pardon me, got something in my throat today, but talking about these live videos, if they remain popular enough and stuff, and by the looks of things they are, so I'm very happy to hear that. I'm probably going to look at doing these on this time, like every Sunday when I can, because it's just it's not as hard as doing some of the other videos. I've just got to set a few things up and obviously chat to you guys, but it's just a nice way for me to be able to get some painting done. And I think when I put up that poll asking you guys if this is a good time, overwhelmingly a lot of you guys said it is. Again, if it's not a good time for you, presume you're not watching this right now live, but as I do things on the channel, unfortunately, it's just like when most people, it's better for them, you know, it's kind of a democracy here in that sort of things, apart from when I want to be the ruler and just overrule stuff I don't want to do, which is absolutely fine by me. But no, so I'm glad to hear that this time works for everyone else, because it works well for me, and especially during things like lockdown and stuff, it's like there's not really too much stuff to do on a Sunday anyway, so it works out. Obviously when we come out of lockdown, things may change, but it'll be a few weeks by then anyway, so you see you guys are still interested, basically. We've got Blue in the chat saying, once my body actually cooperates in waking up, I'm probably have some granola, bar, milk, whatever, breakfast, and build in my apocalypse pile of shame of my Necrons dynasty. So far, I have 3 guys done. Well, how many have you got done? Sorry, I mean, you've got 3 guys done, but I mean, how many have you got in that pile of shame? Because if it's less than, 3 left, then you've done most of it. I presume it's a lot more than that, but we don't have James going, nope, it looks completely different in terms of his paint scheme for his Rune Lord, and then a lot more green. Yeah, we'll live in cities, so like I want it to be the same, but I want it to be more green at the same time. If you can manage that for me, that'd be great. But no, I can see that we've got a few more people who joined us now, watching us live. So if you are painting or something like that, you're doing some hobby, let me know what it is, as I would definitely be glad to hear. As I think what's nice also about doing these live videos is instead of me just sitting here painting on my own, or whatever like that, I'm just like, I really, really cannot be asked for this. At least I know that I'm doing it with some other people as well, and that's why I like to call it, Fight the Grey, because it's literally just that. After I did that hobby motivation video, because we can all work on our backlogs, and our backlogs are not impossible to get rid of, which seems to be the common perspective on it, really. It's like, all right, nothing you can do about the backlog, it's always going to be big. Well, I mean, I haven't really bought any models in the last year, and I've managed to cut my backlog in half. Of course, there's been a massive lockdown situation, which helped in the sense of me trying to get my models down in terms of numbers of how many I haven't actually built and painted, but still, it's better that than just playing on the PlayStation or something, or the computer for myself. Trying to make as little mistakes as possible, but I do know I'm not perfect enough to be able to make none. So there's obviously tidying up later on this guy, and it's white. It's just it's the worst part, because it just takes ages to tidy up, because you just need to do several colours over the same one just to make up for it. And then Luke is saying, and if you are painting, jump across the Discord and share pics of what you're working on. Absolutely, the Discord is, as I've always said, always continues to grow. Really, really nice. Generally, like a really nice community we've got there, and it's not. How do you say? Like, I'm sure all the other most of the other Discords are fine, but there's no like stigma, and there's no like it's just pure competitiveness. So it's not like there's just loads of really good painters. Obviously, there are lots of good painters, but like we're very welcome to new people and stuff as well, which I think is really great. I'm really proud of the community there. So yeah, sure. If you want to join the Discord, go to the description of this video. You'll be able to click on it now, probably, I imagine, with the live videos. I think you can. And click on that, it'll take you to the Discord, and then you can join, share your projects, share some pictures of what you've been working on during this Fight the Grey. Because to be honest, we had someone who did that. Apologies, can't remember your name, but I know you did some Doctor Kane stuff, think you're doing it in the spells, and then you popped along to the Discord and joined and showed us. Because, like I said, it's great to hear what you're working on, but it's even better to see it, obviously, as always. And then we've got Andras, apologies, cannot pronounce your name, but say, hey, what's up? I'm very well, man. How are you doing? What brings you here? You doing any painting or anything like that? And then we have Blue saying, also, if you do respond back, I might not notice, as it's currently snowing this morning too, which breaks up the stream where I am. No worries though, I'm just happy that you decided to do it live. Yeah, no worries, man. We had snow here in the UK. I'm not even going to compare it to how much snow you could have potentially had in the US, but we had snow here in the UK, and it really bugged up my streaming. I don't really like do many live videos, like I said, but when I was trying to play like games or something on the Discord, just wasn't going to have it. Or when I try to do like play Vermintide, like I usually do on Mondays with Doug from 2 Plus Tough, it was his was fine, but mine was just like everything was just mental, which you do not want to happen on Vermintide, not on the best of days. But no worries, man. And yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying the live stuff. It's very, very new, and I'm glad people have accepted it. And then we've got Arnold going, posted some pics and a link to the manufacturer in Discord, but you can get all over the world third-party retailers. Okay, yep, cool. I'll check that out, and always happy to learn. I'm not as loyal these days to Games Workshop as I was. Like, I haven't really bought any other models, but like if I was to buy more models, I'm not as loyal to Games Workshop as I was, just because I think they're quite greedy as a company, and I've given them enough of my money, basically. So if I think somewhere else has a better cooler model, a better looking model, and a cooler one, I will just go for that. Jurassic Zone. So the DC is awesome. Oh, Discord is awesome. You can watch others play on TTS and learn the game and tricks. Yes, you can. Are you? Did you paint up some Daughters of Cain stuff last week? Are you who I'm thinking of? I think you may be. That's cool. And but you can get it all. Was that Arnold? Was that not? You can't get all over the world just out of interest. I'm not really too sure what the not was referring to. And I am famous for doing this based and purely on what happened last week on these hobby videos. I'm not actually getting much painting done, but that's absolutely fine. I'm just happy to hang out and chat with you guys. But I do get some stuff done, which is better than none. Like I've always said, at least, even if it's just a tiny bit, you're working on it, right? No painting Nighthorn currently. No worries. Sorry to mix you up with someone else. Glad you're playing Nighthorn. Absolutely awesome army. 100%. And then we got Blue saying, I'm serious when I say apocalypse size. Like I've been collecting Necrons since 7th edition and I've had no confidence in myself to build them up. I mostly love the lore of Warhammer 40k. Yeah, the lore is fantastic, mate. I can't hold you there, but I always like don't have the confidence to build them, but I've got the confidence to buy them. All the money, which is like we're all guilty of it, aren't we? But the point of like Fight the Grey and everything else is to try and work on it, even if it's just a little bit of work on one Necron warrior. You I don't know if you're building it like you build it even, and to be honest, like you could probably build one of those like in not too long. So let's say during your morning, you build one Necron warrior. That's better than none, isn't it? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how little the progress is, it's still progress. At the end of the day, I think that's something I really try to get across in that video. Like, don't just have a defeatist. Not saying you do or anything like that, but like myself, I've had it before. It's like don't have like a defeatist attitude. I think it's a thing. Basically, don't like just look at it and think like it's impossible and give up, because it will never get done at that rate. 100%. If you can hear beeping and stuff, it's just the Discord in the background, which I have tried to mute for when I'm doing videos, but it doesn't like muting when I'm doing videos for some reason. This is all being recorded on my phone anyway, just next to the computer. So that is fine. Just sorry, making sure that you guys can see when I actually paint this guy. Yeah, so quite a few people on the chat now on the video. So guys, if you just joined us and you're doing a bit of hobby, let me know what it is and I'll be happy to hear. And if you would like to, as already been pointed out by a few Discord members, join the Discord and share your progress as well, as it's great to see as well, rather than just like hearing that you paint Nighthorn or something. It's great to see your models and your progress, as well as it is really good. I know I've used the word motivation a lot, but it generally does keep me motivated. Even it's like in a guilty thing of like, I haven't actually painted for quite a few days now. Then someone go like, I've just finished off, I don't know, my unit of chain rasp or something. It's just like, right, okay, you made me feel bad. I'm going to do some painting. And not like, oh, thanks for making me feel bad. Like, it's in, I generally need that kick up the arse sometimes. I know not everyone is like that, but I most certainly am. Guiltiness does get me to do things, basically. Like, this is, okay, so like, you can see here, he's got, okay, it might be a bit bright, but that gold line there, he's got one on the other side of the shield, and I can't reach it here because it goes into the cape. So I'm having to try and put the brush in here to get it, because I know it's there, and if I don't paint it, it will annoy me, because I paint these guys to my Sinesh stuff. I've already talked about how long they take to paint before, and I paint them to basically like the same standards I would like a hero in any other army. So when it's like that, you can't afford to miss things, and it's very annoying when it goes wrong. Going okay so far. I mean, I can barely see, but it's going okay. Could have gone better, but like, you know, I'll take that. If I was rolling a dice, obviously the highest you can get is a 6. That's probably a 4, so I'm happy with that. It was a good average of what I thought I'd be able to achieve in that little painting expedition there. So we've got Andreas, so can you make a channel dedicated to pictures on the Discord? Yeah, I can do, man. To be honest, that Discord, because it was quite small, and then it really, basically, like, I'm more than happy on how it's blown up over the last year. But there was just one thing called just Warhammer, and it was just a general chat because there wasn't too many of us in there. And then the more people, yeah, I'll be happy. I can do a channel with photos, so it doesn't all get mixed into one. So I know there's like now loads of channels to TTS, which is necessary. So yeah, I can do some of the hobby sort of stuff as well. And then we've got Topolino, so I'll be calling you Lino, so I don't get it wrong all the time. It says, by the way, I found your recent video where you talked about how to manage the pile of shame. Really useful. Thanks and good job. Oh, thanks a lot, man. Glad you find it useful. And really, presume maybe you didn't watch the last hobby hangout I did. So what this is me now telling you guys after I did the motivational video, going, right, this is what you want to do. Now it's actually in action. So I'm actually cutting down my backlog now. I'm hoping that you guys are joining me and hopefully doing your backlog as well. And then it's really is fight the grey. You know, we can get this backlog down. It's not inevitable. It's not always going to hang over you. Because it just feels like when I did that video, I generally mean it when I was like, when you've got all that stuff in your backlog, you generally feel a bit guilty about it. And why the hell should plastic toy soldiers that you've bought because you love buying them make you feel bad when you don't get them done? So, you know, honestly, get them done or sell them, basically, is my point of view. And if I bought them, it's because I actually wanted to work on them. I'm not going to give up. So that is why we're working on them here. And then Blue says, oh, you play games with 2+ tough. I didn't know that. Also, I had a bit of a bullet on... What? Oh, I bit the bullet. Sorry, I thought you said you like had a bit of a bullet. I was like, oh, I mean, I know there's some things go wild in America, so I wasn't too sure. But no, so I'd bitten the bullet on getting one. Oh god, I'm not going to pronounce it right. But Nexus Kill Team box yesterday. It hurt my heart and my wallet when I need like 20 flayed ones. Oh yeah, but those flayed ones, the new ones. And I like, just in case they're not the new ones, I'm going to leave a caveat by saying the old ones are all right. The new ones are absolutely lovely. So yeah, fair enough. Like I know someone who's maybe going to do a conversion project of them. I'm not going to say it here, just in case they do, and then someone steals their idea. But let's just say use those in Age of Sigma. So yeah, that's cool, man. And then we'll see about stuff. Yeah, I basically like most Mondays, not every Monday, but most Mondays he does Vermintide, and I'm a big fan of Vermintide, and I always offer to go on his channel to play Vermintide with him, because it's always interesting to sort of, I wouldn't say I co-host the show with him, I don't, because he's the host and everything else, but it's you just got like this continuing conversation, and especially Vermintide, it's a brilliant game when you're playing it with someone else. It's a fun game when you're playing it with bots and stuff, but it's brilliant when you play it with other people. So I'm more than happy to do that, and I'm a massive fan of 2+ tough. I won't lie, and he's one of the YouTubers that inspired me to start a YouTube channel of my own. So yeah, fantastic guy, and I'm more than happy to go onto his channel anytime he needs it. So we then got Dice going, hello there, hello man. I hope we all know about Dice Sagas as well. Talking about 2+ tough, I think Dice Sagas maybe up there with the biggest channel for Age of Sigma. I don't know, but no, joking aside. Dice Sagas. I've been on his channel as well. I did some lines the other day in a video where I played as Cad and Overlord. So, never done a Cad and Overlord accent. Turns out doing a dwarf accent was not nearly as easy as I thought. However, when I did my Cursed City Lore video, I had to do an accent for each one of those characters, kind of. And it was actually really good fun. So I'm definitely up for doing more accents on Dice Sagas. But if you guys aren't aware of them, they're in my... the channel bit on my YouTube channel, where you go channels and you see like what channels I recommend. Dice Saga's up there because it's the most beautifully narratively crafted battle reports I've ever seen, and I'm not just saying it because I like Dice Sagas. The people from there generally really good, and you can see a lot of work's gone into them. If you really like hard competitive, the typical sort of camera, if I was holding this camera here and sort of like tilting around, like, you know, now we're rolling some dice here, now we're rolling some dice here, this is doing this, this is doing this. If you like that, it's not going to be the thing for you, really, but you give it a go. It's mainly for if you like more about the story, which is done fantastically. And 2+ tough, we've been talking about him. He's been on Dice Sagas as well, doing a dwarf impression. So yeah, so lots of dwarfs on there, but no, they've created their own lore, and they always have like nicer, fun community engagements with offering people to give their own lore as part of their big like pocket realm and stuff they do. So no, very cool stuff. And then Blue is saying, but could only pay for 5 in the one box. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I think I remember like covering that really quickly in a preview. Is it the latest Kill Team box? Well, there's that and there's some Space Marines guys as well, some Primaris. Oh, yeah, because then you can only buy, yeah, oh, yeah. How many did you have? 20? Did you say? Well, you did, didn't you? Yep. Oh no, when I need like 20 flayed ones, you need them, fair enough. You're probably going to buy them, aren't you? maybe work on those 5 first before you buy any. And then we've got the Michals. Now, I will pronounce everyone's names wrong, but we understand it, so that's fine. Saying hello, happy to join a live session. Oh, very happy to have you here. It's like the second proper one I've done. If you are painting, let me know what you're doing. And if you want to join the Discord, I think it's like an add-on of what I'm going to say now, is join the Discord, because I don't nearly say it enough. And it's a fantastic place. And I know the community there has really kept me going during lockdown. So yeah, join that and share some pictures. And then Dice Sagas is saying, cheers, Feda. Be more than happy to you'd have back on the channel, make a vampire roll coming up. Oh, I'd love to do a vampire. Honestly, would. I'd try and do Manfred's impression best I can, like from the audio dramas of Age of Sigmar of old. Yeah, no, that'd be really good. Definitely prefer to do a... happy to do a dwarf, I'll put that in there. But I'm more than happy, and even more so, to do a vampire, obviously, from here on Age of Nagash. Which is like, for example, the army series I'm doing at the moment. I know I've only done a couple of videos on it, but we are getting there for the Ostrich Bone Reapers, like the long and depth one. I'm really happy it's Ostrich Bone Reapers, as I did start this channel to be all around death, and I know now it's everything, and that's just because purely I got to a point where I burned myself out on death and there wasn't like really any more content I could make, so I opened up to everything else, and then that brought in a lot more people who enjoyed the videos, because there's things like, I don't know, Sylvaneth, which I have got a How to Start Collecting Sylvaneth video I'm working on. Don't worry, that is coming out soon. It'll be coming out this week coming. It's going to be the next video I'm recording. We've also got a Slaves to Darkness list building video coming out this week, which is hell going to be a long one, and it finishes their army series, which is about 20 hours long. But no, so it's nice to do some death stuff, is what I was trying to say with the Ostrich Bone Reapers. And what sparked that conversation is because I was offered to play as a vampire, which I will do. Do I need a cape? And to be fair, my canine teeth are quite big, so I'll probably be alright without that. So Mikhail's going, I'm currently building my old better core, better late than never. Yes, actually, I'm going to get my better core, because I'm going to make loads of noise now. Apologies, but this Bellico I really think has become a mascot of these hobby hangouts, because I started the hobby hangout just after they revealed a new Bellico, which then made me feel like I worked on this over the last year. Absolute waste of time, but joking aside, like, it is the Bellico. We'll have him as a mascot, shall we? It would just be here. I was here last time. Just pointing at me to get on with it, get on with the hobby. So, old Bellicor, what do you do with him? You've already got one. Use him as a Demon Prince. It's on the same base size, unless the new Bellicor is also a new Demon Prince kit, and it depends how you want to build it, but I think it's probably just going to be for Bellicor. It looked like, unless they've all got like a dead Chaos Warrior on the base, it would just seem a bit silly. So I think it's just for Bellicor. And he looks like he's going to be bigger, so on a bigger base, which then means you can't use the old one, really. Unless you want to change the base on it, which I don't, because you can see I've put pillar and all that sort of stuff on it. And so you use the old one as a Demon Prince, because it's on the same size base as a Demon Prince. So that is what you do with it. It's not going to become redundant. That is what you do, which is fine, because Demon Princes are really cool. I think they've got really nice rules. Is it the best war scroll in the game? No, but like, they're pretty good. Like, for 210 points, I'd definitely like it. I've even written a list for the list building video that I said will be coming out this week for Slaves to Darkness, where I've got like 4 of the buggers in there, and Bellicor, or it might be 3 and Bellicor, something like that. Anyway, really, really fun stuff. You could even probably go to spoilers and take like 6 of them just for a laugh to see what would happen. So yeah, and then no, that's fine. That is the chat. But anyway, I can see there's a load of people watching this now from when I click start. So what we're doing, obviously, this is Fight the Grey. So we talked about tackling your backlog. This is actually, now I'm not just talking about it, I'm turning those words into action. I'm doing that here. I'm hoping you guys are doing that as well. If you can, if you're at work or something, you know, obviously, or, you know, you've got kids, whatever. reason you can't be, that's fair enough. But if you are sitting there and you want to do some painting, let me know what you're doing or want to do some building or something like that. And join the Discord after and put your stuff in there if you would like to. Can be optional, obviously you don't have to join the Discord. But what it means is just gets to join like a really fun and engaging and more than anything else, nice and encouraging community. And also, if anyone's interested in things like TTS and stuff, we do a lot of TTS on the Discord. What is TTS? TTS is, I'm not sponsored by them or anything, in case anyone's wondering why I'm mentioning them all the time, but it's just because I really enjoy the game. Basically, it's a tabletop simulator, so you can like play like chess and stuff on the PC, if you imagine, so like simulated chessboard and stuff. Now imagine that, but people modded it so you could have like Warhammer models and stuff, and actually on a proper 6x4 foot table. So you can play Age of Sigmar during lockdown on it, and we have a probably a game every day at least on there now. And even if you're not playing, you can watch and learn stuff. So yeah, it's been absolutely great, and we've actually got quite a few people into people's first games of Age of Sigmar have been on there, which has been really cool to teach some people. So yeah, it's been good fun. Actually, I know like I've been here for a while now painting this gold, but I'm actually quite happy with how quickly I've done this because I've usually been really slow on these videos. So that's not looking too bad. And like I've already said, this is the last Chaos Warrior of the unit. So as soon as this guy is done, my unit of 10 is done, which then means I can move on to something far more interesting. These guys are awesome. Absolutely love these Chaos Warriors. I'm glad I'm painting one at a time. Because it's helped keep me motivated rather than like 2 at a time or something, which still is a low number. Because honestly, I'm completely against batch painting unless it's something like, I don't know, Nighthaunt I can paint quite a few of, or if it's like Ostrich Bone Reapers I could paint like blocks of 5, like Mortec Guard or something. When it's things like this, only paint one at a time because I paint it to like the same quality as a hero, basically. So yeah, if I painted like 5 of these at a time or even the unit of 10, I would have given up. It's the same with my Chaos Knights. I actually painted one of those at a time as well, the new ones. And I know, if, let's say I try to paint the whole unit in one go, I would have not just given up on that unit, but I probably wouldn't have painted anything for about 2 months because it would just kill me. Because even painting one of those things at a time was horrible in my paint scheme. And like, obviously, if you enjoyed it, it's fine. Basically, the problem is how you build the kit. It's like the cape and the shield is in the way and everything else, and it's just hard to get to places. So, and obviously you can like part build it and it's sub assemblies and stuff, but I really don't like doing that because then like I sometimes, if you like, I don't know, glue a cape onto a to the back of someone and like how the cape joins their shoulders, you can see there's like a little line for where it's joined. If you put a bit excess of like plastic glue on there, you can sort of like melt that gap so like it's not there. But obviously if you part assembled it and then you use like super glue or something, you're going to have to use like green stuff to then fill it in or something like that. And then it's just messy. And then it's after you completely painted this model. So yeah, I'm not a fan of doing that. So sometimes you have to do sub-assemblies. Like, what's an example? Like when I paint an Imperial Knight or something like that. Or if you're painting the new Lord of Gluttony for Sinesh, definitely sub-assemble that 100%. Because that thing looks like a absolute hell to paint if you haven't. And if you're sitting there and you haven't sub-assembled, you haven't built it in different parts, like all the heroes, and you glue it all together, it'll be fine. Just maybe paint it very slowly. And not expect it to be painted anytime soon, basically. I put a bit of gold there, but we can fix that up in a bit. That's fine. But yeah. Got everything in the chat. Blue saying, I played Vermintide 1. Elf is the best. Completely agree with you. The Elf is my favourite. I stopped playing her now just because I've maxed her out, so I get like, there's no progression with her anymore, so I'm trying the other ones out, but absolute favourite. And Mordheim, I haven't played that, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. Woot woot, Death and Chaos Armies rule. They absolutely do. And I'm currently jumping back into Chaos Bane, even on PS4. I haven't got, I haven't played Chaos Bane, but I've got, what's it called? EA Origins or something, where basically a yearly subscription you pay and then you get access to EA games and stuff on the computer. I'm not here to defend it. Like, I meant to cancel it and I forgot, and then it charged me £90 for another year. So I still got it. But anyway, Chaos Bane is on that. So I have added it to my library and I do want to play it at some point because it does look quite good fun. But yeah, Vermintide 2 is what I play these days, and it's really good fun. It's quite a simple game, like hack and slash, but it is I don't mean to say that in a demeaning way, but you know, if it was like £40, I wouldn't buy it. But you can often see it in like the sale and stuff, which have a load of fun, especially with some mates who play. And then we've got Mont Blanc saying, "I've only just started with Age of Sigma, and your videos have got me really hyped. All hail Nagash." Oh, really nice to hear that, man. Generally, like, I don't know, like I think I was talking to 2 Plus Tough once when he says when he gets compliments he doesn't know what to do with them, but I will take all the compliments and I'll take his as well. And what I mean by that is it generally, because a lot of effort goes into the video, so I'm not going to be like, oh, thank you. Like generally, when I hear a thank you or when I see a like on a video or something, it generally does mean a lot to me and it shows to me that it's worth keeping this up. So generally, thanks a lot, mate, and I'm really glad it helped you. And what army did you get into? Presumably maybe a deaf one because it's Nagash, but let me know as well because it'd be good to hear. And then we've got Mattia saying greetings from Kazakhstan. Wow, man, greetings from the UK. How are you doing? What are you painting? If you are painting, what sort of time is it in Afghanistan? Is it at 4? No, sorry, not Afghanistan, Kazakhstan. Apologies about that. Just used to saying it and stuff in the past. So is that about 4 hours ahead? Something like that. Yeah, let me know. And let me know what you're painting. It'd be cool to hear. I don't really know what the scene's like in Kazakhstan and stuff for the hobby, so that'd be cool to hear as well. I'm a bit like, I don't know, ignorant when it comes from thinking what it's like outside of probably the UK, US, and America. And then we've got Blue Sin. Oh, I'm going to wait for my flayed ones, boys, to be sold separately or try my goddamn best to get the Nexus Kill Team boxes from a local game store if they're available there. That's fair enough. Wait for them to be sold separately. But then again, if I said to you wait for the heroes from Soul Wars to be sold separately, you're waiting for a very long time. You're not including like the Mortal Realm mags as an example, if you get that reference. And then Arnold has given me €1.99. Oh, thank you very much. That's generally really nice. Yeah. I don't really know what to do when people give me money. I'm a bit I feel a bit awkward, but no, generally I did a video the other day which was about Patreons and memberships and stuff, and basically I said, although you know I do get enjoyment from doing the channel, if I don't have, I really do rely on really kind, generous people like Arnold here in supporting the channel because like in a financial way, because even with all the financial support I don't make any profit and stuff. It's literally just helps me justify putting the time into it. And I know like even from what Arnold's done here, it's making me do these live videos as an example. I'm able to justify doing them. So thank you very much, Arnold. I really do appreciate that. Huge shout outs to you and a lovely red thumbs up you've given me, and red is my favorite color, so thank you very much. Hope your hobby and stuff is going well when obviously your grandchildren, was it? I think when the grandchildren go. And also cheers for sending that stuff in the Discord. I will have a look at it in a bit. And then Dice Sagas is saying, too right, mate, watching your channel along with 2 Plus Tough way before starting the channel. Always great. Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm loving this. I'm going to do this live videos all the time. People are really nice to me. Joking. If you could put all your lovely things in the chat into the comment section of this video as well, so everyone after can read them, that would be lovely. But obviously joking there. But no, thank you very much, man. I'm happy to like. That's one of the weirdest things I hear sometimes. Is when people say that my channels help them decide to make their own YouTube channel, because I'm like, I still look at what channels do I look at that helped. Like I'm gonna miss some here, so apologies. But things like 2 Plus Tough, things like Doom and Darkness was another one, which I thought was really good. God, I really feel bad now because I've. A Blackjack Legacy was another one, and many more out there, which really inspired me. So when I hear that my channel has helped inspire people, it's incredible, and it goes towards the ethos. Is that the word you use? Here, which I haven't changed my about section of my channel for since I started, because my about section is just short and sweet, saying we're here to spread the community that we all enjoy, which is Warhammer, isn't it? So really glad to hear that. It's absolutely fantastic. And yeah, 2 Plus Tough is great. It's not just like he was one of the first Age of Sigma YouTube channels. He also did it when people were talking very bad things about Age of Sigma. So fair play to him, and his quality hasn't dropped at all. It's just increasingly got better. And he, in case you watch his videos and you think, I wonder if he's a nice person. He sounds like a nice person. He generally is a really nice person. So yeah, he's as good as you would think. And then we got James Terry saying, me and my dude are just getting into AOS. We're actually building together today. I have Slaves of Darkness start collecting box, and he's got a Malignant box. Hype to start. Bloody fantastic. Great to hear you got into Age of Sigmar. And that's really what I think a massive thing I've learned on my channel is what I'm doing is I'm helping people get into the hobby. I'm not at that stage where I'm like, if you've been in the hobby, well, there may be people who've been in the hobby for a long time, but I'm not like, right, you've been playing for ages. How are you going to win your tournament? How are you going to get #1 place of your tournament? I'm not that channel. What I do is I help people get into Age of Sigmar and then help people then become competitive, or just like also just help people look at different units and armies that maybe aren't taken all the time and all that sort of thing, by actually doing full army reviews rather than not naming any names. But sometimes you'll watch I don't know, some content creator, and they'll go like, right, yeah, I've heard this thing's crap, so I'm not talking about it. And it's like, oh, but someone may really like that unit. And like, for example, everyone talks not very nice things about Alariel. And when I do my start collecting Sylvaneth video that's coming out this week, don't you worry about that, I talk about why is Alariel that bad? You know, how can she be to the point where people go, she needs to be free? Like, because I honestly don't believe that. So we're gonna have a look, and like, she might not be good, but we're gonna actually look, and the main thing is discuss it. Of why, and if she isn't good, why isn't she good? Rather than, because new people who don't understand that, and they might really like Illyrio as an example, and they might just go, oh, why is no one telling me why she's good? Why is she just bad? Like, you know, give me the reason. Kind of off topic there, but no, very glad to hear that you got into AOS. And yeah, and this is part of that Star Collector box. You may be building this guy today. This is one of the Chaos Warriors, and this is actually the last model of not just the Chaos Warrior unit I have, but also for that Start Collecting box, but also the last model, I really should have said, of that Start Collecting box. So I'm really hyped to get him done. When this guy is done, we're then going to move on to probably Shalaxi Hellbane. If I am a bit fed up with my Sinesh colour scheme, I will go on to some more Bone Reaper stuff. But Shalaxi Hellbane, really excited to work on her. Fantastic lore she has. Really like the rivalry she has with the one and only Scarbrand. And because it's... So my Sinesh Mortal stuff's very white in armor and everything like that, and it is like themed with my demon stuff as well completely, because my demons are like, I just allied them in because it's like narratively, like my guys pray to Sinesh, their god, and they are blessed by their demons, so they will play in the same army, and I just think it'd be good fun. But the colour for the demons, their skin is like really black, which means that, as you can see here, with actually, yeah, with Be'lakor. So, change the colour on the light, get that fixed. So what that means is, you can see like how much. Okay, this guy isn't done, but this guy is going to be still very white when he's done, and obviously this chap here is very black with the skin. So it's just, it will feel different in the terms of painting. But no, so that's a fantastic box as well. I will say this now, it's the best looking Start Collecting box there is out there. Obviously followed by the Malignance one, in case your dude is listening to this. But no, that's a really cool box as well. You know how much Nighthorn I've got if you've been watching the channel. And then Arnold saying, you're most welcome for the donation. Thank you very much, mate. I really do appreciate it. And then Stefan is saying, my daughter wants to start playing Age of Sigmar. She's 6. And due to COVID and everything else, my wife decided that I should play too. I should play too. So, sorry, I'll read the rest until I ask any questions. So I'm forced back in after a 15-year recovery from Warhammer addiction, and she's... Sylvaneth and I'm FEC. Is that your wife who's Sylvaneth? Is it not your daughter, presumably? And now your daughter's getting into it as well. Because if all 3 of you are playing Warhammer, I am jealous. That's the only thing I can tell you. I am bloody jealous. But glad to hear that you're FEC. Absolutely fantastic army. It's deaf. I'm going to like it. But I have I don't know. I'm just going to pick a number out of the air. 5,000-6,000 points of Fleshy Courts I own. Why not? Something like that. Like painted as well, pretty much. But no, that's cool, man. And Sylvaneth, I really like Sylvaneth. Just for talking about them, obviously, if you've been watching this. And my point with Sylvaneth is, everyone says they're really bad. Yeah, they're not the best army, but they're not to the point where they're so bad. Why? Like, they're so bad. let's not even talk about them. They're not that bad, and that's what I'm going to try and prove a little bit when I do the start collecting video for them. And I've done it when I've done like wide plays and stuff. But fantastic models as well. Blue is saying, speaking of vampires and Grand Alliance death, my body is ready for the new vampire models. I really want to see pirate vampires too. I'm going to have to disagree with you there, Blue, with the vampire pirates, because look, I think they'll be far too cartoony. It'll be like a comedy army, and vampires are really sinister, serious, and scary basically. And I just think it'll just be like Pirates of the Caribbean at that point. And the reason why am I so anti-vampirates and not just like, well, vampires are normal, like vampires. Why are you against the vampirates then? Because I know Games Workshop, and I know them to the point where there will only be one vampire army, and I do not want it to be the jokey one. So I want it to be vampire counts. But no, I'm very excited for vampire models and stuff. And then also I feel for you, Stefan. And then we've got George going. Sorry, I was just going to say that Stephanie, like 15 years break. God, that is a long time. I had about a 10-year break until I got back into Age of Sigmar. I think everyone has a break, don't they? And it is an addiction, but we're here to fight the grey, and that's the whole point. And then we've got George saying, been loving your content, mate. Watched all your videos on the Gloomspite Gits, and just took the plunge and ordered me up some stabbers and shooters. Keep up the great work. Oh, fantastic. That's really nice to hear. As I've been saying, guys, you people have been saying really nice things about me. Put it in the comments of this video as well. No, I'm joking. Thank you very much. I'm really happy to hear that. And yeah, the Gloomspite Gits was one of the series I've done an absolute huge review on, probably about 10 hours, something like that. And they were an absolute ball to do a video on, if I'm honest, because they're a really fun army. They're kind of like Skaven. I absolutely love Skaven. And it's an army I play a lot at the moment, and I'm teetering. I'm like, oh, if I was to get a new army, maybe Skaven. But like for the same like jokey, hilarious rules, like what, half your army, like in Gloomspite Gits, moves 2d6 or 3d6, like really fun stuff. Really fun stuff. And I presume maybe you watched the Start Collecting, like how to start collecting Gloomspite Gits video, because that's probably the latest one I did. I've actually done a fair bit on Destruction lately, which is great, because Destruction doesn't get so much love out there. So I'm really happy to hear that, mate, and thank you very much. And thank you for being a great subscriber and watching the videos. And then we've got a Dragon Boar. So I'm thinking of starting a Death Army, but I don't know where to start as I like them all. Have you watched my why play videos? That's going to be the number one thing I'm going to say, because obviously I can say more on that like 30-minute long video, however it went on for, than more than I can say now. So I've done one on each of the Death Armies, and even some of the sub-allegiances for them, so you can go check that out if you would like to, but not just passing you off by just saying go check out that video. So we've got 4. One is, so I'm just going to go Legions of Nagash. Right, that is probably going to get condensed down into Vampire Gravelords. So don't, what's the word? Because that's going to be Vampire Gravelords. I wouldn't invest in too much of it now, purely because the whole sub-allegiance is going to have a huge shake-up to the point where I don't really know what the situation will be, to be completely honest with you. So don't get Legions of Nagash yet, because we're going to get Soulblight Gravelords. If you are new, Soulblight Gravelords is what they haven't announced it, but basically we all know there's going to be like a vampire / undead Legions of Nagash army coming out. So if you want that sort of aesthetic of vampires and stuff, wait until about summertime. At least by then we'll have some new news on it. Yeah, so do that. So that's Legions of Nagash, blah, blah, blah. That's that out of the way. And then, so if you are brand new, that's things like Start Collecting, Skeleton Horde counts as that as well. I would wait. You can start. I think you'll be fairly safe, but you might as well wait if you've got the choice. You've got Nighthaunt, which is the ghosty boy. So obviously, if you like ghosts, it's going to be the one for you. I would say the Nighthaunt army is one of the only armies in Age of Sigmar that I like every single model in the range, which I can't say about most other armies, like literally like 95% of them. Even like armies I really like, they're like, yeah, some of those models are terrible. So like, yeah, they have a great range, very new army out there. They're not the most competitive at the moment, but that always changes, obviously, like I said. And just because they're not, the most competitive doesn't mean that they're still not good if you play them well and everything else. They have a lot of tactical use. And then you've got Flesh-Eater Courts, which I love. I have a huge army of them. Also have a huge amount of Nighthaunt as well, and Legions of Nagash. And Flesh-Eater Courts is, I really like him because obviously you can bring back your models quite easily. So I don't want to say it's a forgiving army because like your armor saves and stuff aren't good, but it's quite a nice army to learn with. There's a lot of holy within ranges. It's the same with Nighthaunt as well. There's a lot of holy in ranges, but it's really you can have a really good monster army with Flesh-Eater Courts, with all the Terrorgeist, everything like that. You can't really have that with Nighthaunt. You can't really have that too much Legion of Nagash Harriers at the moment. So Flesh-Eater Courts are great for that, but you can also have Horde style, everything else. And then Ostrich Bone Reapers. Ostrich Bone Reapers are your elite. They are the guy, not in the terms of like you only have 10 models, but in the terms of like your basic chaff. Well, I say your chaff, your basic guys who are like Mortar Guards, Skeleton Warriors. They are they're going to cost you 130 points for 10. So like you won't have loads of models in your army, but the army, because it's so elite, it works so efficiently, and I really, really do enjoy playing it. The units can work quite independently. They don't always rely on heroes. So Ostrich Bone Reapers may be my favourite death army at the moment. Probably, I would say, yeah, it's my favourite at the moment anyway. And it's a really nice new model range. Yeah, obviously it's up to you, but I've given you some examples. I'm not going to tell you what to do, because when people ask me what army should I play, like I haven't got a clue. It depends on who you are, but that's why I do the why play videos and took my time to do one for every army, so you can compare them against each other. So go do that, but hopefully what I've told you just now has given you some help. And then we've got Blue saying, after I get through a nice chunk of my Necron dynasty, pile of shame or taking a break in between. Yep, like we talked about in the motivational video. I'm actually working on doing some kit bashing converted of my Dedico gang for Necromunda as Vamps. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that would be quite a nice thing. Maybe use that as a break or something. I know, like you're saying, like you want to do it at the end, but that could be really fun. You could do like one model at a time or something. It would be really interesting. And then you got James. So Luke saying, looking forward to the new Bellacore. Yeah, new Bellacore. We mentioned him. Absolutely awesome chap. And I mean, like, I've got a Bellacore here, so like I've already got mine. But the new model, I can't deny, looks a lot better. Everything else. So yeah, all cool. And this guy will become a Demon Prince. Pardon me. And then we've got Monsters of Valhalla saying, hey Nagash, hey man, hope you're doing well. And then you're saying like Australia checking in at 2:44 a.m. Mate, you are a legend for checking in at that time. Are you painting as well at that time as well? Absolutely mental Australian. No, but thank you very much for checking in, man. If you are doing any painting stuff, let me know. If you're not, fair enough. Let me know why you're not asleep. And then we've got Stefan saying, no daughter, wife is war game curious. Oh, okay, so you just need to get her in, drag her in by all means necessary. But no, nice of your daughter to get into it and stuff. So she's doing the Sylvaneth. Yeah, I can imagine why she wants to do Sylvaneth. It's a very nice sort of like pretty army. But no, that's cool. What influence them when they're young, and then they'll grow up loving it, right? I've got Russell Taylor saying, do it, buy some Skaven. Yes. I am like, obviously this is all about motivation to fight your pile of shame and stuff, and I'm not breaking away from that. My pile of shame will have to go down first. Like, I have to get rid of it first before anything, because I've stuck to that really well. But maybe Skaven would be a nice treat. Maybe by then they'll have new models or some stuff. And then you've got the Honest Spy said, how do you paint so fast? It takes me ages to paint so many. In what terms of army? Because if we're talking about my Sinesh, I mean, I haven't even put the gold thing on this yet, and I've been talking for about an hour now. So, like, this is not fast, but some other armies maybe. And then we got Anonymous plays live. So FEC is a great horde army if you're into that. It is, man, and like we said, you can play it elite as well. I mainly play it like, well, I used to mainly play it of huge, like loads of flayers, so loads of like elite monstrous infantry, if you like. But then you can play the Terrorgeist route. So it really has like lots of different options on how you want to play it. And then we've got Robert saying, I'm not from fishing my Necrons also. Then I'm not far from finishing my Necrons also. Then I've got some Lumineth to paint, which I'm nervous of because I don't want to make a bad paint job of them. Got a feeling they're going to be a challenge. They probably may be a challenge, mate, to be absolutely honest with you. But I reckon they take to contrast quite well. They probably will take a while to paint, especially compared to some of the Necrons. But like, by the time you get your Necrons done, it will also give you like that nice like motivational booster go like I've painted them all. I can paint this lot. It may take me a little bit of time, but I think as long as you know that when you go into it, you'll be a lot better prepared. I think, to be honest. And then we've got Montblanc saying, do you think they'll bring in a new Mortarch for Soulblight, or do you think they'll just put Manfred or Neferata in there? I think they'll just put a Manfred and Neferata in there. I mean, I'm all up for a new Mortarch, so it kind of gets to a point where, you know, when it's, well, like Sigma like opens another Stormcast chamber when he slams his like fist down on the button, and it's a little bit like Nagash. Every time he needs a new solution, he just, you know, fixes his problems by releasing a new Mortarch, which it'll feel a lot like, I feel like we have enough Mortarchs now. Obviously, I'm going to be happy with more Mortarchs, but I think that we might just see Neferata or Manfred. I think we could see a breakaway here between like Neferata or Manfred, sort of like going against Nagash. Don't know if that's going to happen, but I just think it's an interesting take on it, because really they don't care for Nagash at all. They just, I don't know, work for him if you like, because they know if they don't, they'll die. And you know, they owe Nagash for everything that they are. And then you've got Joe Moore saying, thank you, keep up the good work. Oh, you're very welcome, mate. I'm glad I could help. And like I said, check out those videos, because I honestly took more in depth there, and it's not as live as this, so it's like, no, coordinated a bit better and structured. Anyway, and then we've got, but hopefully that's helped you out, mate, and thank you very much. Then we've got the Honest of Spy, obviously not skeletons. How to paint so fast, it takes me ages to paint it. Well, you know, it could take some people ages to paint skeletons. I tell you what, my skeletons I painted when I first got into Age of Sigma, I didn't spray them white, put a wash on them. I sprayed them black, and then sprayed them Rhinox hide, and then dry brush slow brown on them, and then dry brush up to like a whitey bone colour, and it took absolutely ages. So I will make sure that it's like obviously not skeletons, because my skeletons took absolutely ages. Also, it's the first thing I was painting. And then apparently everyone else just sprayed them white and put Acrax on them, which was a thing. But I'm happy with how mine look, because they look more, I don't know, they came out the ground. They're not bleach bone. But, but no. Yeah, this thing's taking me ages to paint, mate. Like, I mean, by the time this video's done, maybe I'll have the gold done on it, maybe. And I think what it is, it's just, a lot of it's just experience. And it's also getting into the knack of things. I don't know, like little things like this guy's got loads of white armor, so obviously I'm spraying this guy white, but generally I find white easier to paint stuff on. Like if I was painting gold onto black, it might not take to it as well, or something like that. So it's just like, I've painted a lot of these Slash Shades of Darkness, so although they take a while to paint, it's also like a bit like it's second nature to me now, pretty much, when it comes to painting. But I'm painting Urukai at the moment, and it's taking me years to get 24 done. Yeah, they're smaller models as well. I'm going to chuck that excuse straight towards you. They're smaller models. But are you doing the white hand of Saruman on them? Because obviously that's not optional and you have to do it. And I presume that's why it's taking so long. Apologies to your skellies. Well, they can't hear you because they're locked away in boxes because far too many of them are broken. Why? Like, the problem is, why make their arms so thin if they're carrying spears? Because you're obviously picking them up from the spears, so they just snap up. Stupid. Anyway, but I do like the old models. Anyway, we got Blue saying Robert Saxon, Nias, Woot, A Filler, Necron, Pharaon. Sorry, you get my words computer. Pharaon, well, first army in case. Congrats on getting your dynasty. Oh, sorry. Yep. I should have read that. You're speaking to the other guy. That's fine. Just going over my head. But no, I know the other guy was working on Necrons as well. And then he's Planty. That's fine. I won't read that out. And then, oh, Poet. Man, thank you so much for that donation. Generally, really, really nice. And you and Arnold, like who I mentioned earlier, by giving me donations like that, you're just fine to me. I can do these live videos and stuff. Like, honestly, by that alone, it really shows me that you guys appreciate this stuff, and I knows that I know I can justify doing this. It's like when I said I did the membership and like Patreon video as well. I don't really enjoy doing those videos like at all, but it's just to try and make you guys aware. But like when you do support, like Poet has done, it really is what keeps the channel going completely. Like, I can't do this for free. I don't make profit on it or anything, but I can't do this without getting some sort of I don't know, monetary reward, like just to try and cover some of the costs, really, because like I said, it doesn't like cover all the costs, but it helps. Anyway, I'll read your question out of why you donated. So thank you very much, mate. I really do appreciate that. So thoughts on the Slaves of Darkness will get pulled out of Gobsig armies? Yes, I think they will, because unfortunately, if you asked me this about a month ago or something, I would have said no. I think they're pretty safe. But from what we can see of Slaanesh, they pulled them out. So like I think you can. I haven't got my Slaanesh book, so I'm still waiting on that. But I think you can play like Slaves of Darkness in Slaanesh still, but they just don't get any of the buffs. Pretty much, they just awkwardly fit in there, which is annoying because that's how I was going to play the Hedonites of Slaanesh, but I can't do that now. And because they've done that, which I thought they weren't going to do, then yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to see that when we go to things like the Blades of Khorne when they get an update, or the Disciples of Tzeentch, or the Mankey and Nurgle. Like, I suppose it did affect them because yeah, but I think we're not going to see Slaves of Darkness have a nice warm welcome in those God Pacific books, which is a massive shame because those books, like, it was just a completely different way to play Slaves of Darkness. Like, it was the reason why I said Slaves of Darkness is the best value army there is, because there's literally 6 ways you could have played them. Slaves of Darkness book, 1 for each of the 4 Chaos Gods, and then also if you want to play Grand Alliance Chaos for some reason. So like, there's so many different ways to get use out of those models, and now they're just clearly Games Workshop have realised that, and not in terms like, oh, we're giving someone really good value here, but in terms of, right, how can we make more money by making people not be able to use the same army and different things? It's just like, I'm not happy with Games Workshop at the moment in terms of how greedy I think they've been lately. I don't want that to turn into the topic of the video, but yeah, I do think they will pull them out of those God Pacific books, and that is quite sad. And then I see you just posted a message, so I'll read that quickly as well. So, rough, I've literally half my Khorne force. I'll have 2k of Khorne and Slaves of Darkness, but that kills the customization of the of my list. Yeah, mate, it's sad. Like, it's really annoying. Like, I feel too like he was going to be in the Hedonites army if I knew he was going to work properly. Now he's not going to be in the Hedonites army, which is sad. But yeah, I wish I wasn't saying that. I wish I could say that they'll be fine, but I honestly don't think they will be, which is sad. And what the sad thing is Games Workshop are not saying that. They're not giving us warning. So people will buy Slaves of Darkness, they go in a Khorne army as an example, and then when Blades of Khorne gets an update at some point soon, they'll go, yeah, then you can't really run these in them. Like, you technically can, but they're not going to benefit. And it's not a nice feeling as a customer. So yeah, it is sad, mate. But going back up, so you've got the Honest Spice in. I'm doing the White Hand, but yeah, it's just slow going. Yeah, well, you do the White Hand, mate, so always forgiven. Yeah, mate, it's slow, isn't it? But like I said, if it feels like a slog, if you've got anything else you can paint, break it up. Whatever, just try and break it. And are you doing 24 in one go? Maybe even do something crazy like, I don't know, 12. This is when you tell me that you're only painting one in one go. Maybe paint half a time, maybe something like that. But if you're painting more than one, you can always go down to one. And it might sound, and it will take longer, but it will not feel as much as a horrible drag, and you will enjoy it more. Blue saying that's fair about the vampires. Games Workshop might make them cartoony, in which case, if I'd be madder than a wasp, or they could actually make them a bit dark and gritty, similar to the Dark Elves. Yeah, they could do. I'm not going to say my view is more important than anyone else's, no, because all our views, I don't know, unless you're an anti-vaxxer, basically, like, are valued the same, right? So, but I'm just saying, from my point of view, that's why I don't want vampires. But I think if they did the dark gritty thing, it'd be fine. Like, obviously, it'll be great if they made like 2 vampire armies. One is the vampires to keep people happy who want those, and then one is the thing that I want, right? So, yeah. I think that's a fair point. If they made like dark and stuff, it would be an interesting take. I'd like to see the concept art before I allowed any of this to be permission to go through. Obviously, I'm not nearly that important. But anyway, on to Anomalous was it Mouse Place Live? I'm just going to call you live. You can take any Slaanesh Mart stuff, but they don't get the Exploding Sixes. Yes, you can take it in there, but I don't have the book, so you probably do know more than me. But you can take it in there, but the thing is, imagine a lot of the command abilities and everything else within that book and all the buffs, say Hedonite guys get this buff. Hedonite guys get this buff, because the Slaves of Darkness, when they go into Hedonite or Slaanesh, from what I've seen so far, do not gain the Hedonite's keyword. From what I'm happy to be wrong. I'm happy to be wrong. And if I am wrong on that, please take a picture of it and send it to me on Discord or something, so I can see that, because I would love to run my Slaanesh in there. So I hope I am completely wrong on this. And if I am, let me know. Poet is going... okay, sorry, I read your comment rough about, yeah, blah, blah. And then Live is saying... Oh, no, sorry, I missed out. Robert, sorry, right? I'll get back up to you. I've got the army painter set, and not sure to add some more for the Lumineth or buy some contrast paints, because I think that might help. Yeah, my honestly, contrast really, really does help. Like these guys, for example, that I said I paint up to, like, when I am painting it, instead of just holding a paintbrush and waving it around, I painted like hero stands. So this is like the best painting I can do for this army, the Slaanesh army, and I still use contrast on them. I still use contrast where I can, because it saves time and it still gets me the result I want. So contrast isn't just seen as like, oh, only for some armies. Every army can lose contrast. Like even some parts of my Imperial Knights that are like really flat, you know, you can't really use contrast. But some bits, like some wiring and stuff, you could. So contrast, honestly, mate, will be worth it. And I know, like, my mate with his Lumineth army, he's in the Discord as well, and he's got like and there's many people with Lumineth in Discord, not just him, but I know him personally, and he's done like black and gold, and the black is like contrast, and it looks really well done. So we got that, and then yeah, Live was saying I want to see Hedonite with Beastman. What's that, Beastman friend in the army? Yeah, that'd be cool. Like you can do that with the. I was talking to someone the other day in the Discord. He's a Beastman player, and I think he might have told me you can't do it anymore. But I honestly, I need the book. I need the book to know. But if you can, it probably won't be that strong in that book. Well, it's Beast of Chaos in the day, but it won't benefit from all the traits and stuff. So we've got Lord as well. So nice to see you again. I know you often join and stuff in the chat. So going. It is just the Marauders that are busted, not the ability to use those darkness in God armies in my... Yeah, like the Marauders. The Marauders can be changed, absolutely. It makes me laugh when I see things on Facebook. It's like, if they change, like in the Slaves of Darkness group, some people are like, if they change Marauder, like War Scroll, then Slaves of Darkness can't win any games. Right, I barely take Marauders in my games, and I do alright. I'm not saying I don't win all my games, but like, I win a fair enough of them to do alright. So, yeah, Marauders can change. I honestly feel like with the Marauders, maybe even if they don't change the charge, but they go down from 2 attacks to 1 attack, so they don't get the -1 render, something like that. Because I think the charge thing is quite cool. But and then maybe make them not as punchy. But I'm not too sure. But I'm happy for them to be changed as a Slave Titans player. Absolutely, I'm not relying on them to win games. And then we've got the Aspire Zone. Thanks so much. Good advice. I've been doing batches and it's been murder. Urukai is looking great though. Unless that's a character, so I pronounced it wrong. Finally finished him. Might paid my Lord of Pain as a break. Yeah, definitely. Also, yeah, like I said, mate, with the advice, if you're not enjoying something, let's say you're painting like, I don't know, batch painting, you're painting 10 of these guys in a row, and you're not enjoying it, paint half that number, literally. And it may take a little bit longer, but instead of you just giving up and not actually doing it because it's too much, you're going to slowly get it done, which is always better. And I don't mean slowly as in, oh, it massively drags on, but slowly as in, like, you're actually going to achieve it. And then you've got Mattia saying, what do you think is going to happen in the Techless Broken Realm saga? I personally think, it's just my quick thoughts, I think it's going to be something like Techless goes to fight Nagash. Obviously, Nagash should win this, but, you know, I don't get everything I want, so Techless will probably hurt Nagash in some way, maybe emotionally, I'm not too sure, might be psychologically, but then Nagash fights Techless back, and then Techless is like, he's in trouble, right? He needs help, and then Tyrion comes in and saves him. Maybe something like that, and then they introduce Tyrion that way. Could be something we could see. there's a lot. I really feel that like everyone just gangs up on Nagash now. Like, you know, the guys are good. You know, as Nagash here and Agent Nagash, I'm a fairly decent guy. I really don't like it when people just keep invading my realm. And yeah, really, I don't really know what more to say about that. You know, screw Sigma, everything like that. So yeah, but I don't really know until we get the book. I think they could break away a lot from the story what they did in the first one, not as in like they don't make it canon, because obviously it is canon, but like they just go to like they zoomed in on that with Marathi, and then they zoom out, and then they zoom in on something else. But we know we're going to get battalions for, from what I remember, Ostrich Bone Reapers, especially at Courts, Magkin Nurgle, maybe some other stuff. Cities of Sigma, maybe. I don't know, Cities of Sigma, but I know we're going to get some stuff. So we got that. And then we've got Dice Saga saying, well, we've got a live saying you're right, but what was it? Yeah. I mean, hopefully they could be in, but I don't think they can. And Beast of Chaos into Peanuts Slash. And then we've got Dice Saga saying, contrast paints are amazing. I paint 3 armies with them and produces great results. Honestly, guys, like I said, go check out Dice Sagas on YouTube. Fantastic creative narrative, battle reports, like I've already said. But go ahead and check them out on Instagram. They started on Instagram, Dice Sagas, and they have been doing a really, really nice work. Like I don't want to hold you to anything in case you don't, but I think you post like every day or every second day maybe of like models you're working on. I know you're working on a lot of Sylvaneth at the moment, and you just get to see what. I'm not saying everything you do is contrast, but I know you, like you've just mentioned, you heavily use contrast, so it can show to people that they're not just you can't get a good job of them. Like with the contrast effect, you can't actually get much out of it. Who else have we got in the chat? Oh, we got. I'll just skip all the way down because I can see that Live down here has donated $5 to the live video. Honestly, that's fantastic. Great channel, man. Keep it up. Really happy to hear that. There's been a few donations in this video, and I just want to say. I don't often get donations like in these chats and stuff, and when people have done it in the past, huge thank you to you guys. But it's shown to me that by doing these live videos, not doing it to try and get donations in the chat, that's not what I want to say, but I really do appreciate all this support you are giving me, and it's making me see that maybe by doing these live engagements, you guys are, I'm still going to keep my normal videos, maybe you guys are actually really enjoying these, because I thought this is going to be quite simple, you know, just like a live hobby hangout of you guys. You know, I'm not spending hours on writing notes and research or anything like that, so in that terms of things, it doesn't cost as much time, I suppose, but so maybe you guys wouldn't prefer it, but I'm really glad to hear that you guys are enjoying it. And I think, to be honest, what this is, it was going to be, you know, it's Fight the Grey, get models painted and everything, but what it is, it's engaging with you guys, because you guys, it wasn't for you, Age of Nagash would not exist. So huge thank you to you guys, and really glad you're enjoying the content, mate. Thank you so much for your support, and it generally is the reason how I can keep going the channel. As I've already said, if I wasn't getting any like I don't know, financial support, like I said, don't make any profit, but if I wasn't getting any of that support towards the channel, I wouldn't be doing it, because if the channel, I don't know, because all this money goes towards me buying battle tones, me buying stuff for the, I don't want to get into all this, but it helps with the financial side of the channel. It doesn't pay for all of it, but if I couldn't have any help towards it, I wouldn't be able to do it. There we go, end of conversation. Thank you very much for your support. And then we've got Robert going, I'm glad though it's a while of yet that chaos are the third Broken Realm book, then all elves breaking up, and hopefully a destruction will get a Gloomspite one at some point. Yeah, so with that, so I've heard that apparently it's all going to be the elves Broken Realms. Absolutely don't like the idea. I mean, the elves are cool, whatever, but I really feel like there's been so much elves, like so much elves. Like I'm honestly happy for someone, almost anyone, to get another go. It's like I saw someone the other day like jokingly saying, you know, Lumineth have became the new Stormcast Eternals, you know, in terms of their releases and stuff. But what was I going to say? I was just going to say, sorry, trying to get my words. I was figuring out which part of this act am I going to paint gold. I'll go for this bit. I was just going to say, I think what would be really nice for Broken Realms is they didn't make them all about the elves, because I think people get bored after a while. Like it might get Malarian at the end, maybe, but I think what I'd like to see is definitely a destruction one. I think like Gordrak would be a great Broken Realm book. Maybe even Scragrock, the Loon King, like we've already mentioned, well, you mentioned, Robert. But, and I'm thinking, like, it can only be one destruction. Why not? Why not have both destructions? Why not Gloom Sway get a Broken Realm book and, like, well, or Warclans, Iron Jaws get a Broken Realm book? Why not? That'd be awesome. I'd be happy with 2 destruction ones. Like when I've covered loads of destruction things on the channel, they barely get any stuff for them. So yeah, I'm more than happy for that. Obviously, like I'd like a Death one, but Death is a bit in a funny place because like when I got into Age of Sigmar, they didn't really get anything for absolutely ages, and then they've been just being showered with stuff from the Lord, Soul Wars, everything else. So I wouldn't mind if Death have missed out this one. They had Wrath the Everchosen as well, with Safe Darkness. But then yeah, Chaos could get one as well. Oh, Beast Chaos, yeah, get a Beast Chaos one and a Destruction one, and I'd be really happy with that. I really feel like those armies could really need a Broken Realms book, absolutely. You get some really thin bolts that are quite hard to get without needing to clear up in a bit. Just need to clean the brush a little bit because I'm paint dry. Get some water quickly. What we got in the chat? So, Sagas is saying definitely mate post every other day. Yes, this is talking about his Instagram account. Where yeah, honestly, it's decent size on Instagram as well. Sagas are so. On Instagram, recent painting is 90% contrast. Well, there you go. Go check that out for some inspiration. And then we've got Robert saying the best part of the hobby. It's the community and social interactions to meet cool people in the hobby like yourself. Completely agree with that, Robert. I think so. It depends on obviously where you're from and whatever, but when I think all of us think this. If you're into Warhammer when you're younger or fantasy or something like that, it's always been seen as a it's not the normal thing to like. You know, it's not here in the UK, it's not football or soccer or American, whatever. It's not the popular thing, i.e. if you do it, you're a bit weird, you know, just the stigma of that. So I think why our community, and I'll go out on a limb here and say it's the best hobby community in the world, is so great, is because we're all used to not doing the popular thing, if you like. It's probably not the best way to get into this conversation, but we're so used to having our love for fantasy or sci-fi not be the norm, that when we find and go to a place like the Warhammer community, and I don't mean their website, I just mean like us, we are the community, and we find like-minded people, we're like over the moon because everyone's just like so passionate. Like I don't know, not to be mean and stuff, but I don't really know who most of you people are personally, but I could have easily a long chat about Warhammer with you just because like how much of an interest we have in it. I've had it in my Discord where people will join, and I was like, never spoken to this person, end up chatting to them for 2 hours about Warhammer because we just have that connection, which I think is absolutely fantastic and really is the best part of the hobby. Completely agree with you there, Robert. And then we've got Perrot saying, if Gordrak bashes down the city of Excelsior, I think maybe it's pronounced. Anyway, will you doubt the ability of them to have existed in the first place? What city is that again? Apologies, I got a mind blank. I can't remember what city that is. I will with Marathi, and if Gordrak does, it's yeah, it could be interesting to see. I cannot remember the name of that city, and it really does annoy me. Obviously the name is there, but I can't remember what city it is. Then we've got Lord saying, although I don't like all elves either, I really hope they give some love to Alariel. She needs it. Yeah, like there could be a Broken Realm Alariel. I think, so you've got Malarion, right, coming out at some point. But if there was like one more Broken Realm book for elves, because there's 5 books in total from what I've seen. So, and we know that like 3 of them haven't been announced yet. And if there's going to be one more elf one, I think Alariel would need it more. Or just give them a new battle tome, because the last battle tome they got made things worse for them. And then we've got Poet saying, on Destruction, I thought it was a massive miss on the War clans to not get a regular Oryx. Yeah, I really think that kind of gives you an indication of what they think of regular Oryx, maybe. Like if they're ever going to become a thing. If they're not unique enough, really. Because like the Luminous stuff, when that came out, it's kind of like, oh, that's not too far, like apart from the cow stuff, you know. that is quite standard fantasy. And then obviously got kangaroos, which I'm on board with, but it shows that they don't want normal sort of, I don't know, like WoW, like World of Warcraft orcs. And I know they're not the exact same, but they, you know, they're big, they're brutish kind of thing. And maybe we want to make them unique by the Bone Splitters and the Iron Jaws aesthetics. But I've always said that for new models for like those older armies, these are Sigma, Slaves to not Slaves to, maybe Slaves to Darkness, yeah. And things like Skaven and everything else. I really feel like, and Seraphon's another one, I really feel like they'll get new models in, if they are going to get new models, in Age of Sigma 0.3 and 3rd edition when that comes out. I really think 2nd edition was all about giving every army a battle tome, for better or for worse. And then 3rd edition is going to be for updating model ranges. It's like, for example, what we saw Glooms by Gits, where they got a really nice model range update. That's what I think we could see for our armies, stuff like that. And then we've got Christopher saying, more love for those Sylvaneth. Yeah, absolutely on board with that. That's why, like I've mentioned, I'm doing a how to start collecting Sylvaneth video this week, and I'm really looking forward to doing it for the Sylvaneth because they don't get a lot of love. Where a lot of people just bash them aside and say they're not even worth talking about, I'm here to prove different. They're not going to be the best army, but see what can we do with them. It's like when I did the Why Play Sylvaneth, the Why Play Winterleaf, stuff like that. And then we've got the Lord saying, although that is perfectly viable to do a non... sorry, that jumped it, so I've just missed my line. Do in a non-Elven Broken Realm book, she just needs to be involved in the story. Yeah, I think there was the Season of War where she was involved, and then maybe a bit in the Realm Gate. Well, she was involved in the Realm Gate books, but yeah, it's been a long time. She wasn't like the main character in either of those. And then we've got Bear Wizard saying, going to Nova was the best part of coming back to the hobby. Spending a week hanging out with 200 plus Warhammer buds was amazing. I've never been to something of that size. I've been to Warhammer World at an event where there's, I don't know, 100 people or something, but not of that size. Like, all I know is that when I go to those events, it's incredible. Like, literally, you could just be queuing up for lunch in the canteen, and you just like, I don't know, you're just standing there and you sort of like start talking to the person in front of you. Don't have any clue who they are, but you'll just chat to them for the next half an hour about Warhammer until your next game. Like, and who knows? Then you could play against them in a tournament. So it's all good fun. You meet so many great people. So yeah, good point there, Bear Wizard. And then Blue's going, everybody's talking about AOS lore, and I know very little. I only really know the lore about Nagash and who he is. I love him as when I first found out about the hobby, I wanted to do Tomb Kings. So, yes, obviously, like Tomb Kings don't like Nagash, but I mean, like, obviously they had a big connection there. So, what I'd say, I've done quite a few lore videos on Age of Sigma. I've done short ones in case you haven't got loads of time. So, these are like 10-minute odd sort of like long videos, so you go check that out about certain characters and places. And I've also done whole faction lore videos. So these are lore videos about not every army, but most armies in Age of Sigma I've probably done a lore video for. So you can check that out. But if you want to find out more about the lore and really get in depth after you've watched my videos, if you'd like to, I really can't recommend like not shouting out 2 Plus Tough here. Dark from 2 Plus Tough does, in my honest opinion, the best lore videos for Age of Sigma, and he was the first one to start doing them, so he's covered everything practically. He's covered as much as he can and keeping up with all the new stuff as well. So definitely go check that out if you'd like to after you've watched my videos. Obviously I'm going to say watch my videos as well, but his videos are fantastic. And then you can understand what the secret lingo we've got going on here in the chat. But, and then G2 is saying, hello, I've been listening for over an hour now and thought I should ask a quick question. What's your favourite audiobook? Cheers. Oh, my favourite audiobook is probably Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, but if we're talking about Warhammer, my favourite audiobook is probably an audio drama. No, actually, so there was a really cool audio drama series where it was about like Stormcast and Manfred von Carson. Not going to go into the deeps of it in case anyone wants to check it out, but it's sort of the early days of Age of Sigma where you had an audio drama of the Stormcast trying to find Nagash to try and broker a peace between Sigma and Nagash. And then when they went through Shyish, they bumped into a vampire who was chained up, and that vampire was Manfred. And basically, Manfred promised to help them find Nagash. And I'm not going to say anything more than that, but just how it was narrated and the character engagement was absolutely fantastic. And I really like that. And that's my favourite audio drama. I'm going to leave a caveat here because I'm going to say that's my favourite audio drama, but my favourite audio book it's going to have to be Neferata, Dominion of... It's either Dominion of Blood or Dominion of Bones. I can't remember. There's not like there's a Dominion of Blood and Bones. It's just one or the other. And that was fantastic. Neferata is one of my favourite characters. Like we're talking like, you know, top 3 favourite characters. And being the first vampire. And the other cool thing is that I really want to see what life is like in Shyish, and it gave me a huge insight because you get to see what it's like to live under a vampire aristocracy. Essentially, in that story, you have Neferata has lost half her kingdom in the realm of death, and Shyish too. What do you call it? A Corn Lord. It might be a demon prince, but anyway, a Corn Lord who's invaded and taken half the land. And Neferata needs to push her back, but her capital, Neferata, you get an insight to that and her court, and then you have some Stormcast that come in to try and claim some part of the realm of death, and then they end up... well, I won't give anything away, but they interact with Neferata's forces and everything else, and there's like this three-way stake. There's like 4 rivals in this story, but the main cool thing about the book is that you find out cool things about Blood Knights, just like having Blood Knight characters, having like a Black Knight character, you know, things like that. He's actually called a Hell Knight, like Necromancers, and it just shows that like who lives in the realm of death. It's not just a bunch of skeletons. You actually had so many humans living in Neferata's kingdom, because obviously they use them as livestock, but it's not just like they're all it's not like a film like Daybreakers when they literally just put the humans in the blood bank. It's along the lines of they just live in like slums of the cities and stuff like that, while they're like the rich and powerful vampires, and humans live in the upper end of the city. And you just get to see how like the innards of it work, and it shows like almost like what is a city of Sigma like, but it's a city of Neferata. And how, honestly, I could talk about it for ages, and I'm trying not to give anything away, but it was my favourite one. Other than that, you've got Nagash, the Lord of... Nagash, the Undying King, I think it was, which again shows a really good insight to how people survive and live in Shyish who worship Nagash. And it's not as simple as like, obviously I think Nagash here is the good guy. Nagash is trying to make sure that chaos is wiped out by making sure there is no will in the mortal realms, and I think that's absolutely the right thing to do. But obviously... The narrative of the story is he's not the good guy, but it's really, really great, and it shows that you can't just say like everyone from the realm of death is bad. They're really not. Like it's in like just like corrupted souls and stuff. So that's quite a long-winded answer, but here we are. Thank you very much for asking a question. It's nice to hear. If you're like watching this, definitely post in the chat, and as long as my voice is here, I will read out your questions and everything like that. Because like I said, I'm doing this to engage you guys, and so far it's been fantastic. Just scroll up so I can see what the next one was. So we've got Mikhail's going, I would love to bring a bit of shooting into Slaves of Darkness. Is there any units allies you would consider using? Just thinking off the top of my head. So like shooting, you have got sorry, just wanted. Shooting, you have got things like the Soul Grinder, which is a model in the Slaves of Darkness that can shoot. You've got things like Marauder Horseman, just saying things already in the book. The guy who can lob a rock from Warcry, the sort of Cyclops one, but not really good. But so you've got some examples. But when you're talking about like what would actually be quite good, I haven't really read into the Sinesh stuff yet. Like I said, I'm waiting for my book. But there is obviously there's some shooting in the Sinesh book, isn't there? So maybe you can import that if it's any good. Obviously I haven't read it, so hold back if you want to crystallise my judgment there. But I'm just quickly scrolling down, and like Skull Cannons could be good for sure. I think people talk bad about Skull Cannons, but maybe they could be interesting. Maybe it could be worth trying out because you can ally them in. What else have we got? I think really you just don't have a lot of shooting in Chaos unless you're Skaven. Like I wouldn't like you could. I'll tell you another one. You could do Skyfires from Zeech, but I think you just have to accept that shooting is not your strong point. So I think you have to accept that. I think really what you could do, you can allying like Kairos Fate Weaver for his like 6 mortal wound spell or something at some range, and like one of those mirror shields and stuff to be able to spell portal shields to be able to shoot through that. So you've got huge range on like just flat 6 mortal wounds. Could be a good thing. That's probably going to be your best range if you want to. But there's lots of options out there, but I don't know how, like, quote unquote, good they are in the army. Then we've got Blue saying, I kind of know a little lore about the Bretonians, aka the lovely ghoulies of today. Yep, you're absolutely right. You're up with the latest on them, and some vampire lore. Other than that, I don't know anything else really. But AOS, my heart is in 40k. I know a bit about 40k. I'm probably like kind of with your. I've read some of the Horus Heresy, so I know a bit more. But I don't know nearly as much about 40k as I do about Age of Sigma. But go check out those. Like I can't sit here and talk about all the lore in Age of Sigma, be here for fucking ages. But go check out the lore videos. And literally, if you go to my home on my channel, scroll down because I worked through the evening of like a while ago making loads of playlists, and I made one for faction lore. That's just the lore of armies, and then I made one for like specific characters and locations, which are like lore shorts. So you go check those two out. But then if you want more other than that, check out 2+ Stuff. Man, he's got so many good stuff. He's the best lore channel. There's other lore channels out there, but he's my favourite. And then we've got, and also, like, don't worry about feeling like you don't know much. Well, but I didn't know much when I started. When I went to the Warhammer store to try and, like, Games Workshop to get into Warhammer Fantasy, I was like, I've been looking into Warhammer Fantasy lore on YouTube, and I really can't wait to start. And then they told me that Age of Sigma has happened, and everything that I knew and loved and researched into Warhammer Fantasy is now dead. And I was really, really sad, but I'm, like, I've talked about this before, and if it didn't happen, and it was still the Warhammer Fantasy rules and everything else, I wouldn't have got into, Warhammer, and you guys would not be watching my channel right now, so it was for a good thing. And then Poet saying, so random, on a human start collecting cities box, what would you like to see? My idea is a 3-girl captain, 10 swords and boards, 3-girl soldiers, and either a Hellstorm battery or unit on demis. I think definitely demis, because demigriffs, like, there is ways to use them, like Hammerhall and stuff, so I think you'll see some good things there. I think, like, I'm just going to say stuff that I know is used. So you got handgunners as well, as a popular choice. Well, there's another thing, isn't it? It's like, what do I think would be a good general start collecting box you can have, like, used for, like, stronger army lists and stuff? But if all I'd actually like, just like things that are cool, I'd like a 3-girl general and griffin. I think those things are awesome. I would then like some demigriff knights, and you could even just go like 2 units of demigriff knights, and then that'll probably be a start collecting box. But I think a 3-girl general on griffin. I think a unit of demigriff knights, a unit of 10 handgunners, and a battle wizard. I think would be a cool box, I'm going to say. And then we've got Arnold saying, mate, you should invest in a wet palette. That pot of paint is going to get so dry. It's been open for well over an hour. I know, and I just shake it basically every so often to try and freshen it up. But I really should. A wet palette is something that I should have got by now, and it's like the one thing that, like, when people say to you, like, oh, you should do this, you know, that would be quite a good thing to like invest in, to try and help you out and stuff. It's like, you know, for like one of those early things, I don't know, like buying a painting handle or something like that. Yes, it really should. Like, I should have a wet palette by now. I just haven't got around to it. But next thing I do, like when I place an order online, I will get like an army painter wet palette or something, for sure. And then we have got, what else have we got? Mikhail's saying, thank you, do they need support buffs powerful enough on their own? They're probably, I don't think you can buff them too well. We're talking about skull cannons, to be fair, but I've seen Poet and stuff has replied to you anyway. Yeah, well, that's fine. Interesting. And then we've got Lord saying, Zeech Flamers can... Oh, yep, missed that. Zeech Flamers, yep, they're a good thing. Definitely. I got shot by 9 of them the other day, and they just wiped out 40 clan rats. just like that. It's just which is hilarious to see. And then Poet saying, Flames is good. Shout, low damage but really consistent. They're D3 damage though, aren't they, those things? So yeah, they destroyed me. So I'd like to see new updated models across the entire line. Yeah, for City Sigma. Yeah, for the humans as well. Yeah, I completely get that. Don't you worry. And then we've got Lord saying, I've got 10 Marauder Horsemen with javelins. I like those for their speed and shoot and charge. Yeah, they're pretty good. Take them in Runebringers as well, which means that when they charge, they do D3 mortal wounds and they can retreat and then charge again, which is fantastic. And they might be able to shoot as well. It might be they can retreat and or like shoot or charge. But like their shooting isn't bad. It's got rend, which is pretty good. It's better than I thought it'd be. Just short range really. Just sorry, I'm gonna get a quick drink before my throat goes. Here we are, and we're back. So, Mattia is saying, Poet, if you don't mind me asking, are you from Italy? Cool, that's something that I won't read out the chat then, but anyway, but I mean, Italians are cool. Like, and honestly, it's really cool to hear where you guys are from as well. Let me know where you guys are from. Everyone who's watching, if you can, post in the chat where you're from, because I think that's really cool to hear. Because I'm just in like the sunny little shire of the United Kingdom, so it's great to hear everyone else. Like I knew that we had someone from Kazakhstan earlier and stuff as well. Just places I ignorantly wouldn't be thinking of. And the Lord saying, and I can summon them for a CP in Ravengers. Yep, Marauder Horsemen. Yep, you can do. That can be good because you can summon them, be 9 inches away from the enemy, and then shoot them because you have got a 12-inch range on them, I think. So you can summon in and still shoot, so they're doing something. And then there's Poet saying, sorry, what was that? Oh, it's asking about the editing. That's fine. Okay, yeah, that's fine. And then okay, and then we've got Blue saying, I'm interested in a free guild, but the loom of the models just is a turn off. So turn off for me. I need them to get a glam up before I'd consider getting them. I'd want those pistoliers like bad. Yeah, I agree. Like a reason why I think Caesar Sigma are really cool, but a reason why I wouldn't do it, it's just for me. The models are they're a bit too old. Like if I was to do that, because I've done a lot of the older armies, like in terms of painting older models and stuff, I really would feel like I'd like to do new things. Like there's new Chaos Warrior as an example, and then you got Christopher saying, just do the homemade wet palette. It looks wonders for me. It works wonders for me. And it is cheap. I know. I may look into it. I'm just a bit lazy with that terms of things. But if I can buy it, I will. But I'll watch a YouTube video on how to make a wet palette kit, shall we? I know Tabletop Minions did one, and that's another there you go. That's another channel that inspired me to do it. Tabletop Minions. I was trying to list off channels earlier, and I forgot some. And then we've got Arnold saying, please be careful with metal paint on a wet palette. By the way, those metal flakes can penetrate. Oh yeah, I've heard about that. But yeah, that you can't really use the metal on them. To be fair. And then, where are we? Lord is saying, yeah, they can do both. So they Royal Horsemen, so they can retreat and shoot and charge again for mortal wounds in the Rooms Battalion. Yeah, it's a really nice trick you can do there. And then we got a Chom here, so you can make your own wet palette easily. I'll do that once I start with the hobby. I have almost bought everything except models. Are waiting for the vampires. Yeah, like we're not too sure when the vampires are gonna like come, but I reckon maybe summertime. I think roughly. Obviously, depending where you are in the world. Like when I mean summertime, I mean June, July, August. That sort of time, I think. And I found if you can wait, mate, as well, like you're doing the right thing to know exactly what you want to buy, rather than starting now, rushing now, and then seeing the vampires come out and you go, oh, I wish I did those. If you're just more patient. So yeah, fair play to you. Then we've got Poet saying, Blue, totally understand. I don't play cities, but I've got a friend very interested. Just won't pull the trigger without a starter. Fantastic. Oh, and then like the people are coming in with where they're from. So we've got Arnold to the Netherlands, very cool. Like my Oma, I've got an Oma, so my grandmother is Dutch. So yes, I do. I've never been to the Netherlands, but I do want to go at some point. I know about the Dutch people; they are very, very nice. And then we've got George saying San Francisco here, but from Glasgow. Oh, interesting. I've actually talking about family. So my other grand was from Glasgow and stuff. So I've got like loads of family up in Scotland, and most of them are Glaswegians. So that's cool. And San Francisco, that is a big move. Do you still have your what do you call it, Glaswegian accent, because I imagine that sticks out quite strongly in San Francisco. No, that's cool. And then we've got Robert saying Staffordshire, UK, very nice. Also United Kingdom. I just want to say, like, I really do like the fact that we are still the United Kingdom. It just makes me feel like very fantasy and stuff. We are the, you know, like the kingdom and like unicorns and stuff being on sigils and everything. It's very nice. And then Chubb says Sweden here. Oh, that's cool as well. And then we got Ivo going Portugal, very nice. And then Laura going Netherlands here as well. God, it's actually quite. I was expecting half you people just to say the UK. So like, it's really cool. That's why I asked, because it's like really, really good. Now you just give me your, you know, your like social security number and stuff as well. But joking aside, it's generally quite nice to hear where you guys are from, because we're just from all over the place. And I can see we've got Denmark at the bottom as well, which we'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, Lord saying Netherlands, and then Andreas is saying got to go and learn from. Sorry, got to go and learn for a bit. Have a nice day. I might lurk in DC and watch your game later. Oh, very cool. Yeah, so I'll be taking Skaven later. If anyone actually wants to watch this later, not a video or anything, but I will be playing Skaven later against maybe Orc War Clans or Sons of Behemoth, or it could be Seraphon, like against the guy who plays those 3 armies, maybe more. But I'll be playing Skaven. I'll be live streaming it to the Discord as well, so you can go check it out. And it's only TTS, but you can see me play some Warhammer against someone else, and I can go through some tactics and stuff if you guys got any questions when we're playing. So join Discord if you're interested in that. But yeah, so very nice, mate. Thank you very much for joining. Really do appreciate it, and I'll catch you later. Then we've got Poet saying US, Kansas, US, majority of the family still in Italy. Oh, that's cool, man. That's like my family's all over the world. Like, so like my closest cousins live in like Scotland or something. So and my furthest aways are like New Zealand. So I get you, man. And then Michal saying thank you for say starting this /student suggestion, guys. No worries at all. It wasn't just me who helped you out, but I will say you're welcome on behalf of all of us. And then we have got Michal's going, so Denmark here, by the way. That's cool. Never been to. I was going to go at some point. Something happened, so I couldn't. But yeah, I do want to go Scandinavia because I know there's also chum from Sweden as well. I've heard it's quite. I mean, obviously you guys are used to it probably, but I've heard it's quite expensive. Like around in Scandinavian stuff. Like it's a VAT quite high, something like that. But anyway, I do really want to go visit. I'd like to go to like the wild parts. I think for sure. But then we got Will saying. I'm going to shut this because I'm not going to do any more painting just before like it completely dries out. We got Will saying New Hampshire here. So the better Hampshire. I mean, like, I'm from neither of those places, so yeah, why not? Unless someone else is here from Hampshire and can like big it up. And then we got Blue saying I'm in Scenario. God, why can't I pronounce? I know what that word. Colado? I can't even pronounce that, and I feel really bad. Like, I don't know why I can't. I was literally saying it the other day. You're from the US. Oh, for God's sake. That's really annoying me. But anyway, you're from there, which is fine, and I'm not going red because I'm in Illinois. I can't pronounce that simple word. Dyslexia is I was told dyslexia was a gift, but I'm starting to think that maybe I'd like to return it. And then we've got Maticus and Italian working in Kazakhstan. Oh, that's cool. So, all right, that's cool. So Italian. That's a... Trying to think, that's actually still quite far away from each other, isn't it? That's cool. Yeah, well, thank you very much, guys, for letting me know where you're from. I think it's quite cool. I'm obviously from the UK and from Kent, and Ashford in Kent, in case anyone knows where that is. Right, we're going to do any more gold on 4. Shall we do actually some painting here? I mean, that's a big shot, isn't it? What else needs to be painted? Like, is there only like a little bit left of the gold to do? Because then, like, I would feel quite bad if I don't do it. Yeah, I reckon we can get the goal. I'll get the goal quickly done, and then we'll what do you call it? We'll get the goal done. I think we'll end it there because I say like these videos are probably about an hour, and how long has this gone on for? An hour. Nope, that's longer than that. It's gone on for, I think, by doing the maths from this little timer, I can see. I think it's gone for an hour 43 minutes, and now nearly 44 minutes. Which, is that right? Yeah, I think something like that. But anyway, I'm trying to read from the phone that's recording this of how long it's gone. But But I think these hobby and chats going forward will be between an hour to 2 hours. I'm happy that most of you, like a huge percentage of, again, apologies if it's not easy for you, but when I put up that community poll, when I asked you guys when is good for you for this, and like 94% or something, you said 3 o'clock on Sunday, which was the time I suggested, is good. It's great to hear, because then I'm going to try and keep this as a regular thing every Sunday, as much as I can. Obviously, some Sundays won't go ahead, but as much as I can, I'll keep this up. And I just think then we'll build up even like a community within just doing this, which is great, because then I can hear what you guys are working on from and everything else. Yeah, and I think it'd just be really quite cool. And then again, it's fight the grace. Every time you come here and you do a bit of more work, you have reduced your pile of shame by somewhat, rather than just, I don't know, like sometimes generally you don't have time to paint, which is absolutely fair enough, or build as well, because you know some people build Necrons, but rather than just like, I don't know, spending your Sunday on the, if you're in a situation where you can just spend your Sunday on the playing a computer game or something, means you actually get your backlog done and actually manage to achieve it, rather than just let it consume you basically at that point. But no, I'm really happy how these hobby hangouts have taken off, because I didn't know they'd be popular at all. And like, there's no point me doing this if no one else is watching. So I'm really, like, when I look at it now, and it's hovering around 25 at the moment people watch this now, and I'm over the moon with that. Because I tried hobby hangouts a few years ago, and they weren't very popular, which is understandable. So I was just like, I didn't think that they would work, and it's a bit awkward, obviously, if you're doing like a live video, not many people watching. So a huge thank you to you guys, and also it makes conversation as well, which is great, rather than just me painting it. Because I don't have any music on in the background. That's something I might want to fix as well, trying to get some music on in the background. I think it might help. I sort of for these hobby hangouts, I mean, I've got one of these obviously holders for the phone, so you can see what I'm painting and everything. But I've been getting inspiration from, I know, like Doug, like while you're reforging, I think he has some music in the background and stuff as well, and I can easily see why he paints terrain doing this, so he doesn't have to focus on it too much. He actually gets a fair bit done, which actually now makes a load of sense. So tops off to 2+ tough on that one. But no, and it's just anything else, just glad to hang out with you guys, because when you guys put comments on videos, really do enjoy that. It's really great, and also helps out the video when you do comment on it as well. That's why I ask. But sometimes I might like not see the comment for a couple of days or something, and then I reply to you guys late. So when we're doing it here, it just feels more interactive. You guys got any questions and stuff, which is cool. But no, good, and it's great to see a load of you in the chat, some familiar and some new as well that I haven't spoken to. So that is fantastic. What else have we got to paint on this chap for his gold? Obviously, we've got loads of stuff to paint, but specifically the gold. What have we got to paint? We won't worry about the other stuff now. Oh god, he's got like a little bit of gold here under the cape. I mean, why would you even put it there? I mean, when they put things under the cape, like if you can, I don't know, like under his cape, you can't see it at all from the angle, but like under his cape, he has got detail that needs to be painted in gold. The person designing this model knows I won't be able to go there, but knows I'll be able to see the detail that's meant to be gold, which then means I can't leave it. Why would they do this to me? Why are they torturing me in this way? Oh, we've got one little bolt, more bolt to do here. Get that little bit done, and then that is the base for the gold, which I know, like, painting for like 2 hours now, it's not loads done, but it's more than I would have done if it wasn't for you guys and doing this Fight the Grey series. So I think I'm going to start to wrap things up. What I will say as well is I noticed when I did my other video, Fight the Grey, that when I watched it back just to make sure the audio and stuff was okay, that the last like 30 seconds of it was cut off. So like when I did my usual goodbye stuff, it cut off before then for some reason. So maybe it cuts off 30 seconds earlier than I realised. So what I'm going to do is I'll do my blah blah blah, always all Nagash, all that sort of stuff, and then I'll probably chat to you guys another 30 seconds or something, just because to make sure it captures everything that's needed in case. And I'll have to answer any questions in the chat at that point if you guys got any questions at the last minute or something. But so yeah, what I will say, guys, is thank you very much for joining me. As I mentioned already, I just see we've got some stuff. And got anything in the chat? Potus and Asian Nagash, that state is pronounced Colorado. Yeah, like literally, don't know why I can't do it. It's not really annoying. Thank you very much for breaking it down. Oh, what's that country like? A kind of. Oh, so who's that in response to? Oh, Matia. Sorry, where did you say I'm interested in this? Italian working Kansas. Oh, that was what it's from. Slavs there. Oh, okay, that's cool. Anyway, 103 minutes. Yes, yeah, it has gone for that long. I mean, when you're done with this stream, I'm gonna play some Vermintide. That's cool. Fun stream. Thanks, Agent Nagash. Very welcome, guys. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And I hope that you stick around for next time. Something I will just ask as well is if you join me on the last stream, the quality was not quite as good. I felt like the table shook and stuff a little bit, which was like I don't know how like bounce around the camera was. Cause I know some of you were watching the last stream. I think you were there as well, Arnold. So do you think the quality has been better in this stream in terms of the camera recording, and it hasn't shook around as much because I've had the camera mount is on a separate platform that's not the table. So let me know if it's helped out there as well, as that'd be good to know. But with that, guys, if you've got any more questions, put them in the chat now. I just got George saying thanks for the stream, kept me company painting my Dark Souls maze. Oh, that's a game I do want to get into. If it wasn't for the pandemic and stuff and we could actually play games, I would definitely get into Dark Souls. Dark Souls looks awesome. But anyway, keep up the great work. Read in Glaswegian accent. Oh god, no, I'm gonna do that wrong. I'll read it in my head in a Glaswegian accent. I can do a Glaswegian accent. Give me time to practice. I don't know. Like I don't know. Maybe we can do that as like a donation thing. If someone donates some money, I'll do a Glaswegian accent, or at least try. Arnold's got 109 minutes, and then way better for the quality. Oh, that's really cool. Glad to hear that. So, with that, guys, I'm gonna say thank you very much for watching this video today. It's made 110 minutes now. I know it has gone for a while, but you know, when I start this, it takes a little while for like a bunch of people to join and stuff. So like I say an hour, but it probably takes about like I don't know the first 50 minutes of just getting the numbers up and stuff in the chat. So you know, we do have to leave some time for that, understandably, but. Yeah, I know. You know me. I ramble on for ages, don't I? So you guys, if you're subscribed to me by now, you know the deal. If you want clean cut content where it's all scripted and stuff, go watch someone else. Nothing wrong with that, but go watch someone else because that's not what you're going to get here. So I'm just going to get up because it's not like a normal video. I just need to get up my my patrons and stuff because I want to do a massive shout out to my patrons as always because they do a huge job to keep the channel going. I'm not doing the Patreon pitch because I've already done that several times during this video, but I do want to give these people a shout out. And that is where's the latest? Here we go. Sorry about this, guys. So I do want to do a shout out to my patrons because of them. They're awesome. I can keep the channel going. And that's going to be my Morgasts. That's going to be Sandback, Johnathan H, Filq, Bleed Red, and Christopher G. That tier, guys. You give me so much support. Really don't know how to thank you enough, but please keep it up. It really does wonders for the channel. Then my vampires, which I always say is relevant because we have a lot of vampire stuff coming out. You guys do a fantastic job as well. So it's going to be Mir, Martin S, Rouse321, David A, and Ronni H. Guys, thank you. You continue support. It really does help. And then my Necromancers, which is Jacq.l, RadiationRiley, AW77, Dice Sagas, WolfNick, Michal W, Quad, Cranky Wombat, Christopher F, Christopher C, and James S. And you guys really do all help support to keep the channel going. I do also want to do a member shout out because I have actually got a YouTube member now, which is very cool, which is from Doug. So, Doug, can't remember your surname, but basically I'll do Doug and then your initial, whatever, next time we do it. But generally, thank you very much for becoming a member. Thank you very much for becoming my first member as well. Really makes a difference, really keeps the channel going. And honestly, can't thank all you guys enough. I will just say to everyone who obviously is watching this that if you do want to support the channel in that way, please go check out my Patreon in the top of the description down below. Even if you just consider giving like $1 a month or something like that, obviously as much as you want to give, really I am hugely appreciative of it, and it does keep me going. Like I said, if I didn't have any patrons and stuff, I wouldn't be able to justify doing this channel. So if you would like to support, that'd be great. And also there's the other part of that where there's now the membership what I mentioned, which was a new thing, so I'm getting used to mention that and doing a shout out on it. And with that, if you want to become a member, you'll find there's a join button next to where it says subscribe. Click that. To be honest, that's probably what I'd do if I wanted to support someone, because it means I don't have to set up a Patreon account or something. So if you click that, it can be all done through YouTube, and you just support me that way. But if you can't do anything like that, and you did enjoy the video, which I can see a load of you already have, has just been chatting to you, and I can see the like button's gone up huge, which is fantastic, really nice to see. If you haven't already and you did enjoy, smash that like button, that subscribe button, and that bell notification. The bell notification is something that I don't always see get pressed and stuff, but it really it's a little thing to do, but it really helps out the channel, because basically it shows to YouTube that you guys are enjoying the content. So then YouTube's like, oh, we'll recommend this to more people then if people are enjoying this content. So yes, I'll just go through any other questions we have. So Arnold's gone, game over. Oh, thank you so, mate. Thank you so much for that donation, because you gave a little bit early. I do want to do a shout out. So Arnold's been an absolute star here. He's given a couple of donations in this stream. Really, like, over generous. Can't thank you enough. We've also had Anonymous Plays Lives given a donation as well. I'll shout you guys out, and Poet as well gave a donation, which is absolutely fantastic, and honestly completely unexpected, and I don't know what to say apart from you guys have made this stream alone justifiable to do, basically. And then just to say, like, that donation at the end, was that for me to try and do something in a Glaswegian accent, or was that just a nice donation? Let me know. Let me know. And then Michal saying, take care, guys. Take care, mate. Thank you very much for joining us. Hopefully see you on next Sunday. Really beautiful country, lots of Soviet vibes. I can't remember what country. Oh, is that Kazakhstan? And then Slaves Plastic says, I'm sure this has come up, but I just joined the stream and saw Better Call. I just finished mine. They teased a new one. Curse you, James. GW. Or James Workshop's another one, isn't it? Yeah, I played this in the last year. We have it, actually, the reason why he's here, because he just joined, I'll let you know. So he is the mascot on this Fight the Grey, because this is a model I had sitting around. I was like, I might as well get it painted. Come on, let's get it done. Let's build it and paint it. I did it, and then they've released a new one, so I might as well have not fought the Grey in this situation and left it how it was. But I'm going to use it as a Demon Prince, because it will be on the same base size and stuff, hopefully by then as well. So it will still get used. And then Freaky Deaky says, I missed the show. Can you just quickly show off your work today? Oh, it's not loads to show off. Basically, like, it's going to look really bad. But I painted the gold on this model. I'm really proud of it. Because you weren't here at the start where I definitely said I did the white beforehand, I've also painted the white on as well. No, but okay, so I did the gold. What I've realised when I'm doing these videos is because I spend so long talking to the chat, which is by far the best part of this. Please keep chatting in the chat as well. But because I do that, I'm not the most progressive with painting, but I'm still getting more stuff painted here than if I didn't do this. So it's still helping me fight the Grey as you guys fight the Grey as well. Also, just want to say, like, I know I did like kind of like the end bit of the video a little while ago, but this is what I'll ask you guys some questions while I've got all you guys here. The thumbnail I did for this, I've got like the old like gold demon picture and stuff, which I think is quite fun. Or would you like me to try and find like a picture I can do, like someone heroically making a last stand against a mountain of grey plastic or sprues or something? I think that could be something quite fun to do. And the slaves, the plastic saying, Don, it came too late, I'll catch the next one. No worries, man, no worries. So we're at the end now. And because Arnold hasn't said that he wanted me to do a Glaswegian accent from the donation, we'll wait until next time. But if he says in the next one, you owe me a Glaswegian accent, I will do one. Because at the start of the next stream, I'll have more of a voice. Go on, keep it going for like 4 more minutes to fill out the 2 hours. 4 more minutes? I mean, I don't really know what more is there to say, to be honest with you. It's only 2 minutes now, isn't it? Yeah, okay, we can do this. So, anybody want a game of AOS on TTS? Arnold says, free now. We can do this, Arnold. We can do this. We can do this. And then Luke saying, if anyone wants a TTS game, I've had many games against Luke on TTS. If you get the offer to have a game against him, do it for sure. So I was reading some stuff, and then yeah. So go join the Discord, guys, if you'd like to. Absolutely, for 100% on that one. I can see that we've had Hockey joined the Discord since this, so if you were watching this, that's cool as well. And then yeah, I really am filling in time now to get to the 2 hour mark. Yeah, as you can tell, something I pride myself on is I've never failed an interview because I can talk for days. So George is saying I'll definitely wake up early again next week to join and hit painting. Just pretend you're a dwarf and the accent works. Oh, my throat is ruined, right? But let's try and do this. So, thanks for the stream. Kept me company, painting up my Dark Souls minis. Keep up the great work. Read in a Glaswegian accent. Like that was really bad. But you guys who have been watching me throughout this deserve to hear me make a fool of myself. I could do a better accent. I had a bit more time. But it's probably more of an Aberdeen accent, to be honest, the main one. But, you know, anyone who's watching this deserves to hear me do a terrible, terrible Scottish accent, which is going to sound really bad, but it's actually the best accent I can do. My throat is fine. I'm taking Strepsils after this because how much talking I've done. But, great. You're very well. I kind of want to have a go at it. But I think I'm just going to do the one Glaswegian accent because then that means... Sorry, then we got just starting War... Okay, so Spare Bear's joined and I will not talk about Scottish accents. We're just starting Warhammer. Okay, mate, well, we're just about to finish this video. So sorry if you... we had someone else Bear. No, that was a different Bears. But check out all my other videos on my channel if you'd like to. We'll be here at 3 o'clock, so that's 1500 hours GMT time next Sunday in case you've got any questions or anything. But if you've got any questions now, I'm happy to help you. Your videos have been super. Oh, lovely to hear, man. If you're new as well. So I did that list building video, didn't I, the other day? Like probably the latest one to come out. So that video, it's just like if you know how to build an Age of Sigmar list, don't watch it. But if you're brand new, I just want it so you didn't make any mistakes and stuff because you don't want to buy models that you aren't going to be able to use and stuff in the game because I don't know you bought like 7 monsters and you can't use them all, that sort of thing. And then we have got how to play part 3 video coming out, so that will be there as well. And then Luke saying join the Discord, Spear Bear, if you have any questions. Yeah, definitely, anyone who wants to join the Discord, go check that out. I can help you out anytime on the Discord, well, as much as I can. I'm in 2 minds between Cities of Sigmar, Nurgle or Beasts of Chaos. Look, well, James here, I don't know why I'm calling you James, it's Luke, I know you as that, is a Cities of Sigmar player. And he's in Discord. So if you want to ask him some personal information, go to the description of this video, click on the Discord link, join my Discord, and you can ask your questions away to your heart's consent, sir. And then Arnold saying hobby zone information on Discord for UH. Thank you very much. I will remember to have a look at that. I'm probably going to cook a curry now, and then I'll look at that either when I'm cooking the curry or potentially after. God, I really want to do a better Glaswegian accent for you guys, but I really feel like I should leave it as in, like, I could say the last one was terrible because it caught me off guard, and if I do another one, then that means I have to be good at it. I'm trying to get it, but we'll leave that for next time. You guys want to hear me do another Scottish accent next time, or I don't know, it could be a thing if you just want to hear me be racist and just like give me some random country in the world and me just incredibly insult that country by my incredibly poor attempt of an accent of it, like not intentionally racist, but just by how I've sounded. But yeah. Well, anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here because it's going on for long, and I think like we've hit the 2 hour mark, which is fine. And Spear Bear has joined, which is absolutely fantastic. I can see Luke. So James Luke is actually in table 1. So if you click table 1. You can chat to him on voice chat and you can ask any questions. Thanks for the stream. Haha, take care. Yeah, all right, guys, I'm going to close it here. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you all very much for your questions and also, like, you know, your donations as well. Over the million. I don't know what to say there. Really, really, really cool. And with that, guys, I'm going to leave you. So with that, remember until next time to stay safe, wear a mask, stay hygienic. For God's sake, honestly, for God's sake, wash your hands and wear that mask. Really important. So then when all these models we're painting up, we can actually use them at some point soon. Would be more useful after lockdown. And then more importantly than all of that is remember that Nagash is all and all is one in Nagash. Okay, and then I think this is where the video cuts off. So if anyone's still here, I will be talking for like the next 30 seconds because like the video cuts off early for some reason. And if this is actually included in the video that goes onto YouTube, usually it cuts the last 30 seconds off when I do a live video. So you get to hear all this bonus stuff for free. But if anyone's got any question for like, yeah, lol, 2 hours, yeah. My throat is gone, honestly. Like, it is gone. But if anyone's got any questions for the next, I don't know, 30 seconds, I'm happy to answer any. But other than that, it's been an absolute blast, guys. I'm fucking hell. I'm taking. This is no longer the official video. I'm getting a strip some. Free bonus content. This is free bonus content indeed. You have nothing but the highest quality here at Nagash. Yes, any update on the Slaves list building video? That is coming out today, good sir. So with the Slaves list building video, I've actually been doing it for like the last 2 or 3 months. Essentially, the Games Workshop FAQ was going to come out, so we paused it in case there was going to be any changes. Turns out that was a waste of time. And then we finished it up literally... When did we finish it up? On Friday. We finished it up, so a couple of days ago. So I now just need to stitch it all together, make it look all fancy and presentable for YouTube. And then, obviously, everyone now in this video who's watching this on demand can now hear everything else after the Nagash bit. But that video will come out this week coming. We've got how to start collecting Sylvaneth this week coming, and we're going to have that Slaves of Darkness one coming this week as well. It's a long list building though. Hype. Sorry, I read your comments, so your name. So it's a long list building one, Lord. Honestly, like to the point of... It's probably going to be about 3 hours or something because we've got 10 lists we have reviewed for it, and we've got a list, at least one list for every sub-allegiance. Some, well, the ones from the Slaves of Darkness Battle Tome, we have 2 lists for each one, so there's loads to go through. And then, are we aiming for 3 hours now? Absolutely not. Unless one of you guys wants to come on and start talking, that's absolutely my. I don't know. I'm going to have to. I will have a game later. I just need to rest of my voice. Guess so. One more. The way he is going should be doable. The longer the better. Tell me what to get. What for Slaves of Darkness? Basically, Slaves of Darkness. You want to buy up on all the old Bellicor models because I reckon they'll be worth loads. If you actually take that as general advice, you deserve to be an idiot. The longer the better. Tell me what you get. Sure. Yeah, right. That is more than enough, guys, of me talking about random bollocks towards the end of this video. But I have to say, like, well, at the end of this, I just knocked the camera. But at the end of this, where I was saying if anyone wants to stick around just to chat for the last 30 seconds, I still have like 19 odd of you watching this, which is just like mad. I thought I'd have like 2, so that's really cool. Sure, anything. We could buy him some time. Donate. There's very few things in this world I would not do for money, which is something I've already mentioned countless times. James Luke here actually got me to say I hate Stormcast, but he got me to say it in the opposite way around, so I'm not just going to say it again for free. Seraphon is underpowered. Fuck me. You are trying to bait me into some shit, aren't you? Like, there was a post on the Age of Sigma Facebook page the other... Here I am talking again. There was a post on the Age of Sigma Facebook page the other day where someone asked, what do you think is the worst battle unit in all of Age of Sigma? And I put on their skinks, and I said, honestly, don't see any use for them. And the amount of people I got baited into that trap going, they're the most powerful unit in the whole game. Because of them, I've lost all my armies and my bottom's still very sore. Was absolutely... mental. And I was just like, this is brilliant, let's put some more fire on it. And yeah, really kept me going, which was brilliant. It was great fun. I love winding people up. I love trolling, like not like trolling in like a mean horrible way, but trolling in like, I don't know, taking the mickey out of someone about plastic toy soldiers, which is fine, as someone who does it as well. God, doing that little impression of whiny bitches was not helping for my throat. Arnold, making him talk longer at this point. Success. Hot takes here live with Nagash. Nothing but hot takes here. Or cold, depending on how hungry I am. So Arnold's going, he's doing funny voices, so he's okay. Would you like some oil on that fire, sir? Croat should be cheaper in points. Yeah, I like more oil than that, and Craig should be cheaper in points. If he is, I might start be playing Surfon at some point. God, how has this video gone for this long, and how is there still 18 of you people? I'm not going to call you bastards. How is there still 18 of you people watching this? I'm occasionally kicking the camera and it's shaking. Oh bloody hell. Yeah, I mean, we keep going any longer, guys. I'm not going to have any voice left over to do the Sylvaneth video, so here we are. But what I will say is, if you guys want to catch me later, check out my game I've got against the, not the Skaven, I'm the Skaven, but against whatever army I'll be fighting. A guy called Toby, very nice chap, and he may be taking Kroak. So you can hear my conversation of why I think it should be cheaper, or maybe the complete opposite of that, in that video. I'm just saying, go sit down and make it a marathon. I'm sitting, mate. I'm sitting down. I don't know how. I don't think I'm kicking it. I think I'm just tapping my foot and it's shaking it. I weigh like nearly 100 kilos, or I am 100 kilos now. Anyway, unless you guys like to know about my weight, I mean that's another subject we could have. But Luke is saying, because the longer we keep you here, the funnier it is. Accidental 12-hour marathon stream. I mean, to be honest with you guys, I'm happy to leave on the camera and just like go on with the rest of my day and talk to you when I'm cooking the curry. But no, we have lost. I mean, I tell you what though, I've gained like 2 likes on this video since I started talking about crap. So maybe this is what I should start doing. Oh, it'd be a lot fucking easier than editing videos if I could just do live streams all the time. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Or would you like me to go through my entire collection of my Warhammer and my cabinet in front of the camera and tell you about every single one of those models? The different things that, the potential that we have in this video. But I haven't seen anything posted in the chat for the last couple of minutes now. So I'm going to see as in, okay, here we go. That would be a fun stream sometime. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to put all the stuff back in the cabinet. I mean, that'd take ages, but take it out. Yeah. Should I show you something from the cabinet? Nah, I don't think you guys want to see anything from the cabinet. I mean, I'd love that actually. I forgot. We've actually gained a viewer in the last 2 minutes of this somehow, and we've gained we've gained more likes. This is going to be the new content from Asian Nagash from now on. This is easy, right? So. And then because I've never liked or commented on a video shorter than 3 hours. Is that your way to bait into a 3-hour video? I presume then you've liked and commented on my Slaves of Darkness hero video, because I think that one was about 3 hours. Oh, I'm standing up now. I mean, I love that actually. And then collection shaft all the way. I can show you guys one model before I go. I mean, this is now the video for anyone who's watching this later. So I can show you guys one model. You can pick, it can be Slaves of Darkness, one of the Mortarks, or Imperial Knights. That's something I've got in the cabinet, so you can pick one of those things before I go. And that will be it. So you can do that. And while I'm waiting for you guys to put any comments in, I'll be reading this book, very good, completely off topic. Very off book about the world at war. It's a very good book, this one. I like to actually no, I'm going to dangerous territory now on YouTube, so I have to be careful. But we won't be talking about World War II. I'm just bored. So 2.12 hours. Mortarks, Corn Dragon. Right. So we've got Corn Dragon or Mortarks. What are people wanting? Which one are you most proud of? I don't think the Corn Dragon's gonna fit under the camera. Not gonna lie to you guys. I don't think it's gonna fit under the camera. Slaves, but I'm biased. Why can't you all just agree on one thing? God. What do you want to see? Bolt action, not an option. Oh, right, yeah, the World War II thing, yeah. Yeah, okay, I'm going to be careful what I say. Join the Discord if you want to hear Agent Nagash Uncut. Go Mortar. Okay, we'll do the dragon won't fit under. The dragon, and I'll show you what, we'll show you. Well, you've already seen the Slaves of Darkness model. There you go. But the Mortark, which one? I'll show you Manfred. I like Manfred. show us Bellicor. You can see Bellicor. The bastard's right here. Right, so the Morgasts. This is my Manfred. He shamefully does not get a lot of game time because essentially his rules aren't the best and stuff. But I did spend a lot of time working on him. I had to snap his tail in 4 places to get him to do that pose. So very much do like this guy. I've got the ghost going through the columns and stuff as well. Might be a little bit dusty actually. I don't know how dust gets in the cabinet. I mean, it's got a bloody roof on it, hasn't it? But no, so this is a particular one I'm proud of because I wanted all my Mortocks to have different poses because I didn't magnetise them all. I just bought a kit for each one. So I wanted them all to look different though as well. So they weren't all like those sort of like bouncy head sort of styles. But yes, that's Manfred. It wasn't going to be a quick show off, guys. That's it. Right. Is that anything else? Show us Bellicor. You've seen Bellicor. I suppose I can do a proper one. I suppose. Here's Bellicor, like as in like a proper, like professional spin around that my joints don't spin. Oh, can we? Oh, kind of did like a full twist. Now my shoulder's twisting. Thank you very much. I can sell that sound looking really cool. You're very welcome. I'm not going to paint the new one. There we go. That'll be my Bellicor. Top left corner. Yeah, that's where he is. Where did you get the heads for the Chaos Warriors? Those are converted. So what you want to do is, you know, normal Chaos Warrior heads. I know you can't reply to me live, but normal Chaos Warriors heads. Cut off the horns, clean it up, and then I green stuff some like a crest for their head for like the Greek style. That's what I did. But if you don't want to do that, even just removing the horns automatically makes them look quite Greek. Sure, I think it's too bright, so I can't really show you it fantastically. But I can show you a new one. I'll tell you what. I'll show you better. I can show you a one that's already done. Need a bit of Manfred back in his little cage, like a snake. Like I can show you. Let's show you I'll show you the champion, shall we? And then we can show you one with the other crest as well. So here is like the one with a painted crest, so you might be able to see what's purple and white, like the scaly cloak and stuff. Where's the best place to put it? Maybe here. And then this is the champion, so it's got like a different crest. This is like more sort of centurion, so he's the leader of the unit. And yeah, that's how I did it. 2.25 hours now. Yeah, I'm gonna go, chaps. But thank you very much for sticking with me for so long. How's there still 15 of you watching this? Thank you very much for sticking with me so long. Probably the straps was getting in the way of my speech now, but where'd you get the heads? We did that, and then Matthew's going, love it, bloody good pun intended. Was that about Manfred being a snake? If not, I'll claim credit for any other pun that was unintentional. Right, so Trevor's going, it's awesome, and then James, 2 hours and 15 minutes now, and then only 45 minutes left, guys, it's working. No, I can't do any more. But what I will say is thank you very much for watching this. So much so that it makes me realise that these hobby hangouts I'm going to call are a success, because after I declare the video is over, I still have all you guys watching this now and continuing to like and chat to me. So that means it's a success. So I will like that. Also, another thing I'd like to say is if you want to join the Discord, we're going to have a Age of Sigma League on TTS on there as well, just so I didn't mention what you may be interested in. So I'll put that little shout out there. And yeah, that is gonna be it, guys. So with that, thank you very much for watching. Unless you've got any more questions in the next 5 seconds. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, until next, I'm just going to do the whole thing again, right? Yeah. So thank you very much for watching. Until next time, stay safe, wash your hands, be hygienic, wear a mask, everything else. Get a vaccine if you can. There should be something I add on to the end of it now. And yeah, but remember, more important than all of that is that until next time, remember that Nagash is all, and all is one in Nagash, and stay bloody awesome.